Hey, what is up, guys? We have a new article today. We got Iron Fist. Is it Sharon? Yeah. All right, guys. Please let me know down in chat if you can hear me as normal. But yeah, we're gonna jump into the article here. I'm gonna get everything set up here with chat. All right, and then let me move this tab over here. Chat, and then all right. Okay, guys. So we got Iron Fist here. He just dropped here. What is up, NB? Hope you're doing well. You guys can hear me, right? What's up, Rob? Hope you're doing well too. Hi, Jung. How you doing, dude? From Korea. Yeah, I mean, hope you guys are excited. I know a lot of people are super excited for Iron Fist. I actually just started watching the Disney Plus show for Iron Fist. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of slow right now. I kind of wanted to get into it, but yeah, I think I'm on two, episode two, I think. So yeah, hopefully I can learn some more things about Iron Fist here too. Phantom Flip, welcome to the chat. So stoked to see this. Awesome, guys. Okay, let's jump into it. So, Way of the Iron Fist, presenting a first look at the Iron Fist Hero Pack for Marvel Champions. Okay, MC Lawhorn, really, what is up, dude? Yeah, I know people are hyped on him. Okay, so I have Iron Fist right here. Okay, my name is Daniel Rand. Okay, I think I've only heard Danny Rand. So okay, it's Daniel. He's like all official here. I am the Iron Fist and I know Kung Fu. Okay, Danny Rand. Following in his father's footsteps, Danny Rand inherited the Rand Corporation and sought out the mystical city of Kunlun, I believe is how they say it in the Netflix show, in the Himalayas. After training for a decade within the pocket dimension, he absorbed the mystical energies of Shao Lao, the Undying. Okay, that one, I'm not sure if I got that one right. Now a master of Kung Fu and a channeler of the energy that flows through all living things, Chi, Danny has become the living weapon of Kunlun, the Iron Fist. Fantasy Flight Games is excited to announce the Iron Fist Hero Pack for Marvel Champions and card game. An expert martial artist and core member of the Defenders, Iron Fist dives into the scene with this expansion pack, which introduces him as a new playable hero alongside his 15 signature cards. Paired with a pre-built protection deck to help him keep his friends safe, you'll be able to wield Iron Fist's Kung Fu prowess from the moment you open the box. With his ability to channel chi and multiple signature techniques that let him switch fighting styles on the fly, Iron Fist is a potent combo heavy hero who packs a big punch. Okay, combo hero in switching fighting styles. That's interesting. I'm not entirely sure what that means lore-wise, guys. So let me know down in the chat if you know what that means. But let's look at some of the cards here. Okay, all right. I'm looking. Oh man, okay. Oh, okay. His stat line's a little bit lower, so maybe he's got other stuff to make that better. For recovery, he's got the regular 10 hit points, the regular hand size here, 6 in Arch Ego, 5 in Hero Form. Okay, so he's looking solid, a little bit lower stat line. Normally, we're shooting for like a 2-2-2. I'm surprised though. His Thor is 1. Is he the only Fear No Evil hero? Yeah, I think he's the only Fear No Evil hero this wave with a. No, I guess Electra also has a Thor stat of 1, but she just hasn't come out yet, so I kind of forgot. But she has like that villainous, so he may have like the lowest, on-demand thwarting, I guess. But let's see what else he could do. So a hero like Iron Fist is bound to have several tools in his kit. First and foremost of those tools are his martial arts. Okay, I feel like that the martial arts archetype for justice and aggression that we've gotten, I feel like are a little bit lackluster. I feel like protection is gonna get like the best stuff. I just feel because you guys know Tony loves protection. I think it's gonna get like even for the martial artistry, I think protection is gonna get like the coolest cards. So we'll see what he gets here. Spee, welcome to the chat, dude. Danny Rand. Okay, so your technique cards lose temporary. Okay, and he is a civilian here. So techniques lose temporary. Are there gonna be technique aspect cards? I'm not sure. Meditation as an action. Oh, that's thematic. Okay. Action, search your deck and discard out for a technique card. Put that card into play. Limit once per phase. My name is Daniel Rain. I'm the Iron Fist and I know Kung Fu. Okay, so deck and discard pile is really, really good for a technique card put into play. Okay, so this is such sort of like classic, super good economy card. Yeah, you get to just add a technique card to your hand, and at worst, you spend as a resource. At best, you can play it, and it does a lot of like good things for you on that turn. So he's a 6 hero, but he has that like alter ego type of like economy, like a Spider-Man with his scientist, with Cyclops, like searching through your deck for a tactic upgrade, right? So Danny Rand can look through the deck and discard power though, which is really nice. So it doesn't matter if you like draw all your techniques and have to mulligan them, you can still look through the discard power from. So I think that's very, very good. This is a top tier level type of alter ego ability here. Rob says aggression needs a boost now. Protection has gotten more recent power in recent waves. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that, and I think protection is gonna get some even cooler stuff here. Here's my prediction, guys. The protection cards we're gonna get that we'll be getting right here will be better than like all the other cards for other aspects that we've gotten. I'm expecting some really hype stuff for his hero pack. Okay, so we have in hero form. And he does have the above average recovery before here. I forgot to mention. And he has a civilian trait for civilian type of stuff here, which is we've got a little bit more civilian stuff this wave. Holy Zest is putting the technique into play is huge. Dude, oh man. I'm blanking out. Okay, sorry guys. It puts the technique into play. Sorry guys. Okay, so this is search your deck and discard power for a technique card, put it into play. It does not go to your hand. Sorry guys. I'm blanking out. I gotta focus. So yeah, so technique does not go into your hand, so you can't use it as a resource, but it goes straight into play. So you can hopefully it's like expensive-ish, like maybe 1 cost, 2 costs, so that you can actually bypass some of the stuff. And one thing that I'm noticing right here is that your technique cards lose temporary in alter ego, but not in hero form. So those techniques do go away at the end of the round because temporary worded cards go away at the end of the round. So if you're in hero form, it will go away. In alter ego, you can keep them. I guess because you're constantly meditating. I think that's kind of like the magic to like how the Iron Fist works too, right? So I feel like that's kind of cool. Is there a link to the announcement? Oh yeah, let me link it for y'all. Forgot to do that. Let's see here. Okay. Article link. All right. Pin that for y'all. Okay. All right, that should be better. Mike, welcome to chat. So excited for Iron Fist. Yeah, people are very excited for him. I mean, I think I'm pretty excited too. I do like that the technique is put into place. That's very, very good. So like with stuff like I think Bucky's arms like also put into play, but a lot of the times, like with Hawkeye's bow, Hawkeye's bow is like free, right? But like some of these like key cards, you add them to your hand and you still have to pay the cost. Like Captain America's shield. Okay, that's one that I was thinking about. Yeah, Captain America's shield, you have to it goes to your hand with the setup and you have to actually pay a cost for it. But for Danny Rand with these techniques, you get him straight into play with meditation, which is really the matter. You guys have seen the Netflix show. I don't really know too much about Iron Fist from the comics, but he's always meditating. So I think that makes sense. Mike, amazing. Thank you. You do excellent work. Thank you so much, man. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the content. Guys, please like the video. It really helps the channel out and helps push the video to more people. So if you're enjoying this article, guys, please like the video. Okay, let's check out his a lot of traits here in hero form. So 1-2-2, a little bit under average of stat line there, but he's got defender, Kunlun, and martial artist. So 3 traits here. Martial arts master. Response after you play a card, place a chi counter here. Okay, so he's building out chi counters after you play any card. Wow. Okay. Force response though, after play phase ends, remove all but 4 counters from here, and then heal 1 for each chi counter removed this way. All but 4. So you keep 4 chi counters, and then you must, it's a force response, you have to do it. So it's just a player phase. So you're healing after every player phase. That feels pretty strong. Right? So you're not healing on turn 1, but you're playing like maybe like 2 to like 3 or 4 cards with it on turn 1. You don't need to heal because you're full life. And then after that, essentially every card that you play is a heal. Every single card that you play becomes a heal. That's giving me like Wonder Man vibes, but better because you're never gonna die, right? Like, okay. I mean, I feel like that's really, really powerful. That's really strong. Okay. To represent his wide breadth of mystical techniques, Iron Fist has 5 different technique upgrades in his signature kit. Okay, I want to see what these techniques are. As Danny ran, he can search for one of the upgrades once per turn, put into play. Yeah. When he dons a mantle of Iron Fist, he can power that technique with his chi. Okay, we mean that literally, since Iron Fist gains a cheat counter every time you play a card, and all 5 of his technique cards spend those counters. Oh, they spend the counters. Okay, so you may not be able to have extra to heal, but if you do have extra, then you can heal, I guess. For example, you can spend 1 cheat counter on Channel the Iron Fist. Okay, here's our first technique. It's 0 cost. It's 0 cost. So like, I wonder what the other techniques will be in terms of like their price. But like, I'd rather have the versatility to add the technique to my hand, and I could either spend as a resource or play it. But this way, I have to just play it. I can't get the extra economy, which is what I wanted. I was saying that was a top tier alter ego ability to get the economy, but to play it, it's still good. But for 0 cost, it makes it like less good, I guess, because you lose some versatility there. Ninetale says only if you can always keep 4 counters or more, they will become heal. It's more like a fallback. I see. Yeah, it feels like you're gonna be using counters. I thought that maybe he will keep them, but it does sound like it's not gonna be as. I mean, if you're playing techniques, I don't think you'll get those counters. Um, Mike says at 0 cost though, it adds cheat counters easily. That's true. That's true. So that's an easy way for him to accrue those counters. Okay, 0 cost upgrade. So, but when he another thing too though is it's put into play and it's an alter ego. So you won't get the chi counter from using your alter ego ability to meditate for it. But if you play this card in hero form, then you get it. They get the chi counter. You just don't get a chi counter if you are in alter ego playing the card. Hero interrupt. When you attack, remove a chi counter from Iron Fist. Okay, it's not a force interrupt, so you don't have to do it. When you attack, remove a counter. Increase the amount of damage attack used by 1, 2 if it's a basic attack. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Huh. So, okay, so you're like loading chi. Oh yeah, he looks very tactical. He looks very tactical because you want to have like well, you immediately play that. If you use this on turn 1 with your ulti ability to get into play, you don't have any chi counters to start off with, and you have to play some cards to get some chi counters, and then when you attack, you can remove it to do some extra damage. The basic attack boost, I think it's really good, like +2 for base stats. So you're going for 4 now. But it's temporary, so it leaves at the end of the round. So, like, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a 0 cost upgrade. So if you play it and get 2 damage off of it, I think it's worth the value. But yeah, okay. I think it's cool for some like big turns for you to set up. But I think the tempo is not the craziest. At least my first impression of that. Yeah, it's another preview here, guys. Helpful bystander. Okay, is that another card? Are they gonna be able to are there gonna be any cards in this pack to support nebulous techniques? Oh, that's interesting. I don't think there will be, right? I'm glad Temporary is coming back more. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Yeah, because technique, I believe that Nebula also uses the same techniques, right? But I think they have a similar mechanic though with the force response. Sorry, not the force response, but techniques having temporary and nebulous techniques is a force response when she's in hero form that they get discarded when her play phase begins or whenever her turn begins. So like I think it's pretty similar that techniques are kind of a permanent thing, but they are in alter ego. In hero form, they'll go away. It's kind of like yeah, it's very similar to Nebula in that way actually. But hopefully he's a little more flexible than her. Okay. So we have okay. So this is kind of like the attacking technique, and then boost power your attacks. Use end of chi counters to thwart the same amount of threat. Okay, feel the flow might be a really good one here. I think that's gonna be a thwarting one. 0 cost upgrade is temporary. Hero action thwart. Remove chi counter from here to remove a threat from the scheme. Oh wow. Wait. Oh sorry. Remove chi counter from Iron Fist to remove a threat. Okay. This one, I think is a lot better. I think this one is really good. Yeah. Yeah, this was crazy. Okay. So he essentially has at least 2 thwart on turn 1 if you because you can grab this chi out or this technique out, I mean, no matter what. And I think because if it's in discard pile or here or in the deck, you can grab it with your meditation. So you grab through the flow and you can essentially just play a card, get a cheat counter, remove it, and remove a threat. It does not exhaust. So you really, really want cheap cards with Iron Fist because this can ping off 4 plus threat. Like if you're playing 6 cards in a turn, this is taking off 6 threat in a turn. Like that's really, really, really powerful. Yeah, yeah, this card is so far super duper good. So it makes sense why his store is only 1. But obviously his store is only going to be good with this card so far. So let's see if there's other ways for him to do like some more thwarting. Wicked said that this might be a contingency planning type of card to tuck techniques. Contingency planning. Oh yeah. That can tuck cards that can attach to encounter cards. I can already feel this hero being super crunchy. What's crunchy mean? Is crunchy good? No once per turn or exhaust. Yeah. The fact that this doesn't have the exhaust is crazy. Um, I mean, look at the damaging one again. Am I underrated that one, guys? Let me know. Am I underrated? Like, when you attack with she counter, no, because I think this is not as good because this is an interrupt when you attack. So you have to be able to do several attacks in a turn to get like several procs of extra damage from this, right? If you're readying up a lot, then it's very good. If you're not able to get readies, it's not that good. But in the Feel the Flow, it's a thwart activation in itself. So this reminds me of Move in Shadows because you're just like thwart. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's really good. Assess situation. Oh yeah, that might be a really good inclusion for Iron Fist. 0 cost. Assess the situation. Let's see. Crunchy is mathy and sequence heavy. Oh yeah, for sure. He looks like another difficult to pilot hero. A lot of these heroes are super difficult. Peter, I put the article link as a pin comment here in the chat. With temporary, and none of these will be good if you need exhaust. The attack one will have high ceiling with multi-target. Yeah. The attack one has a higher ceiling, but I think I can't even say it's like because the attacking one, unless you're reading a lot, increase your damage by 2. But if you're just playing attack events, it just increases it by 1. And this is just doing like 1 threat in itself. So I feel like this is much better. And Thoring is generally, just more cost it higher. Ribbed Meat says, sorry guys, my throat is like messed up. Ribbed Meat says, with the attack technique, can you remove as many counters as you want to increase damage? Let me take a look. I don't think you can. No, yeah. So you only remove 1. It's when you attack, remove 1 chi counter, increase the amount of damage attack deals by 1, and then by 2 if it's a base attack. So it seems like it's just 1 per thing. Yeah. Champion Mel says, I'm the opposite. Damn, my voice is like messed up. Guys, please let's help get the stream likes to like 25 guys. Please like the stream if you're enjoying this article. I'm the opposite. I feel like Iron Fist would be easy just from this part because it just vomits your cards down. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, I think he feels similar to Daredevil in a type of way where it's like very low to the ground, playing cheap cards. So yeah, I think we'll have to play him to see if it's going to be easy or difficult to pilot. Thomas says, yeah, a lot of thinking out turns like Daredevil and difference in player skill will really show Iron Fist. Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm leaning towards that as well. But yeah, I feel like the heroes will have been pretty complex. I love his way, but because they keep having to come with something new, the heroes become more complicated. Yeah, I'm feeling that too. We need a few more Winter Soldiers. Yeah, I know Caleb, the designer, used to like to do a lot of like more simple stuff, but I think Tony likes to do more of the complex stuff. But I mean, I think that the cool thing about Daredevil, I don't know you guys like agree with this. I've talked about it before in like my Daredevil videos, but Daredevil, his abilities are so simple. It's like take 2 more threat off a scheme, do 3 more damage as a response. But what's difficult is the sequencing. So although I would say he is a very difficult hero to pilot. I won't really say he's like super complex in that way. So I feel like that's like a good middle ground of like just having simple abilities. So like this looks very simple, right? So far, everything that we've seen from Iron Fist is simple, but the sequencing could be really tough. I think that's what makes hero like really fun because I think Spider-Man Peter Parker is the same type of way. Like he's a very simple kit, but how you can sequence him will like maximize his power and just make him feel a lot more flexible and fun. He's going to be combo heavy, play a bunch of 0/1 cost cards, build up chi counters, and unload. Yeah. Rectify will be perfect for him. Yeah, I think Rectify will be a good one. Yeah, to flip the hero form too. Rid me, maybe he'll have attack cards to do multiple instant damage, so they all increase by 1. Oh, yeah, I think that works. Yeah. I I think you can do that. When you attack a chi counter, increase the amount of damage. Oh, yeah, yeah, if it's multi-instance, you can just remove one chi counter and increases, like, each instance by 1, which is really good. Archie plays games. Hey, dude, welcome to chat. I haven't seen you here before. I hope you're enjoying Marvel Champions and this new Iron Fist article. Wikipedia says there's a card in this article which might give a clue on some of the heroes coming next wave. Oh, man. I'm like tempted to skip to that. MB says Daredevil take me like 10 minutes to decide. Dude, yeah, like you know what's so crazy about Daredevil? Like I try to keep my playthroughs like fast for you guys. So I'm like constantly trying to like play out the cards as soon as possible. And I like to get stuff under an hour. So I consider for a true slow game, if it's under an hour, I feel like it's a decently paced game. Over an hour, I would say it's kind of long. And then my Daredevil games, like I think the Venom Goblin one was like an hour, 10 minutes. It's like super duper long. I'm yeah, and either the Venom Goblin one or Ronin one, they're like I think they're both long, but I think one or both of them, I didn't even deck out of the encounter deck. So like normally when I play Venom Goblin or Ronin, like with Spider-Man or like any other hero, they at least deck out and I get like acceleration tokens on the main scheme. And like the game will still be like maybe 50 minutes, but they might deck out even twice. But the Daredevil games, it shows me that like it's not necessarily like the villains, there's not a lot of rounds. It's just me sitting there not knowing what to do, going like, "Oh man, should I do it this way or this way?" So yeah, I'm 100% with you with that. Like Daredevil during turns take forever. Um, yeah, he is hard to like plan out how to do all that. And he says, I watched your plays with him, I think, and how to turn the speed to 2x. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, guys. I try to like, go quick on those, but Daredevil, he's tough. I'm just at a loss like what to do. Brian says, yeah, Fist Furies do that. Remove a cheat, increase the WoW attack. Okay. Coco Bion, welcome to chat. I did a chance encountering mana full justice deck with Daredevil. Oh yeah, I think that's a great loop. To keep bringing back folks to senses. Yeah, that's super good. Okay, all right, all right. Let's see the next technique, guys. Okay, so or spend 2 counters to generate 2 wild to redirect chi. 0 cost upgrade, temporary. Remove 2 chi counters from Iron Fist to generate 2 wilds. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. That's really interesting. So, man, okay. So you have like a temper resource generator. It's going to be used in hero form too. So it's not like you're using your alter ego. Oh, you're not using this in alter ego. Remove chi counters. So like, man, 2 is so good. 2 wilds is good for 2 chi counters. I wish you could remove up to 2 and generate a resource for each counter removed. I think that'll give you a little bit more versatility because the fact that this doesn't exhaust, right? If you had 4 chi counters, you could ping off like 4 resources like off of this, which is like really good. But the fact that it's 2, I think that balances it more out, I guess, making it a little bit weaker. Like, at the same time, being able to reach 2 is really nice, right, to generate a double, but you won't be spamming this as much, right? Like, if you have, like, 6 counters, you're doing 2, 2, 2, right? You can't do, like, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, something like that. So, yeah, but yeah, this is like a crazy economy burst for a turn. Reminds me of a Falcon's Flock, except this is temporary, right? So just 1 turn, try to go crazy with your economy. Yeah. Um Thomas says, Dan, that's not once per turn. Yeah, it's wild. Not once per turn is crazy, crazy, crazy. Archie says, I think this is an amazing wave. All 6 here in the wave are unique and interesting and all do different things. Yeah. Yeah. I can't really say any 2 of them are similar at all. I feel like they're so different from how they all play. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was thinking that Iron Fist might be more similar to Daredevil, but no, it looks entirely different right here. Wicked says you can do clobber twice in a row easily. Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah, yeah. I feel like, I mean, yeah, this is great. Remove 2 chi counters, generate two wilds. So I don't think you can use it for a mansion, like entirely for a mansion. I don't think you can remove 2, generate 2 wilds, and then remove another 2, generate another 2 wilds. Because it's like I don't think you can do that floating, right? Yeah, because you could do yeah, I think you had to just remove 2 and then pay some like a double or something for the mansion, and then remove 2 again. Because I feel like it's just once at a time to remove 2. Rico says, "If you could remove 1, it would be broken." Yeah, because you get the 1 counter back for a card you play using. Yeah, that's but it's only for 1 turn. So, like, yeah, but yeah, I agree. That would be a really powerful 1 turn. Guys, please like this stream if you're enjoying the content, guys. Please give the stream a thumbs up. Wikipedia says clobber twice in a row with hone technique. Clobber twice in a row. Oh yeah, that'd be really powerful. Oh yeah, with the wilds here. Yeah, for sure. Falcon's flock rule with those aerial. So I think it's once per instance. Mm. Yeah, I think I definitely agree with that. Interesting. That could make some good builds. Not once per turn. Makes it way better. Cheat counter seems valuable for him, but it's worth it, especially if you have upgrades you need out, which I usually do. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So this is okay, so he's got the attacking one, he's got the thorn one, he's got the economy one. Is that it? He's got 5 techniques. Is Are we not gonna see any more? Okay, there are 2 key things to remember when it comes to Iron Fist technique cards. Okay. All right, here's Peter S giving us a breakdown of like how to use these cards. First, all 5 of them have the temporary keyword, which means they will discard themselves at the end of the round. So at the end of the villain phase, they all get discarded if you're in hero form, because they lose temporary and alter ego. This means that typically you'll only be able to use the techniques on the same turn that you play them, but you can get around this by flipping down Danny Rand, who removes a temporary keyword for as long as he remains in alter ego form. You can also carry over a technique to the next round with the Book of the Iron Fist, immediately replaying the card from your discard pile. Okay, what is this? 2 cost upgrade. Oh, it's your upgrade here. Okay. Book of the Iron Fist, item Kunlun, hero action, exhaust this card. If the top card of your discard pile is technique, put it into play. Oh, wow. This is really good, guys. This is really good. This is a really powerful card. Okay, I'm thinking like one of the most high impact ones is gonna be Feudal Flow, right? So you play Feudal Flow, right? And then you just like ping off stuff to remove ping off cheat counters to remove threat, and you just ping it off threat, right? Then at the end of villain phase, so after the whole villain phase ends, right? If you're playing defense events, that's fine during playing villain phase, they go in your discard pile, right? In March Champs, you're not allowed to change the order of your discard pile. But at the end of the round, temporary, this will get this card at the very end. So it just gets this card to here. Feudal Flow is gone. Then, with your Book of the Iron Fist, is hero action right whenever your turn begins. When your player phase begins, exhaust it. The top card of your discard pile is going to be a technique. Put it back into play. Yeah, okay, this I feel this would be a key upgrade for him because it can just basically guarantee that you always have the technique that you want the most, and you can have several techniques in play as well. So yeah, this card can basically keep one technique forever, and it's free. It's free to play technique, right? Because 0 cost is put in play anyways. So if you can just get this upgrade down, you essentially can have one technique running the entire game. And you can swap out techniques that you flip down to Alter Ego and you want to get a different one, you know what I mean? But you can have multiple techniques in play at the same time. But this would just keep on keeping the one that you really want constantly. And I think he'll be insanely powerful if he can get like the technique that he wants to just stay in play. It basically doesn't have to, you basically can choose one technique to not have temporary because it'll just always come back into play with this. This card is really good. Yeah. Um, Interesting. That could make some good builds. Yeah, chi counters. Yeah. Hyjung says currently not hyped as much as for Luke or Jessica. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought a lot of people are more hyped for Iron Fist than for Luke and Jessica. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll, guys. So far, okay. Let's see. How hyped are you for Iron Fist? I want to gauge if you guys are more hyped right here. Okay, so we'll go more hyped than Daredevil. Is anyone more hyped for him than Daredevil? Say more hyped than JJ, Luke. Um, you know, I would say hype, but not as much as others. This wave, and then we'll say not hyped. All right, let's see what you guys think about this. Because I I would say I don't know. I always get hyped after I see the mechanics. I would say before seeing his actual cards, I probably wasn't super hyped for Iron Fist compared to like Jessica Jones and stuff. But I think after seeing his cards, I'm liking how these techniques roll, and I feel like based on comments, I've gotten a lot of comments about people being super hyped on Iron Fist. So I thought you guys were very excited for him. So, dang, it looks like you guys are voting more hyped than Daredevil. Holy cow! Okay, the votes are pretty even right now. So I'm gonna let that run a little bit. Okay, let me see. Thomas says, "Food to flow easiest way to lose a confused stats in the game." Yeah, dude. Like yeah, I gotta go back and talk about this because I can't express how good this card is. Remove a cheat count from Iron Fist, remove that from his game. It's a thwart. So like it counts as you doing it for like justice cards where you have to remove the last threat. For martial artist cards, you will remove the last threat with this. So like, yeah. And then even though your thwart stat is only one here, if you keep on recurring through the flow with your Book of the Iron Fist, dude, Iron Fist arguably the best thwarter in the game, the best thwarter ever. I don't know because this is just insane. Yeah, and then if you're confused, you remove a cheat counter, you remove that from his game. You the confused blocks off the effect, so you just lose your confused status instead. But this card stays in play because it's an upgrade. So you can still just remove another cheat counter to remove another threat. So like, yeah, great way. Like the fact that it's another instance of thwarting is so good compared to like the attacking one, where it stacks on and pushes your attack to make it stronger. Because if you're stunned and you basic attack, you still lose that, that activation. Versus for the fear to flow, it's just a separate instance. So that's so good. What gets says, I don't like how it's a talker disc about and not just the topmost. I see. Yeah, I mean, I can see. I think that it just makes it more important how you sequence him. I'm personally fine with that. I'm personally feeling like that's fine because I feel like that because it's at the end of the round, you always have technique on the very top. Um, you just remember to do it. I guess it's just kind of like try to remember to make sure that they trigger the book. Yeah. Rob says I like Jessica the most. Yeah. Jessica's 3 doors pretty high. I am. Let's see. Okay. Rob says Jessica, Luke, Electra, Iron Fist, Daredevil, Echo. MB says, I love how much your viewership has increased over the past year that I've been watching. Thank you, dude. Yeah, thank you so much for support, MB. And yeah, I think it's been going up, especially because of Fear Evo too. Let me see. Archie says, Daredevil, Jessica, Luke, Electra, Iron Fist, Echo. Oh wow, okay. Yeah. Jamie Mel says, feel the flow in multiplayer. It's amazing because you can trigger actions anytime. Yeah. Oh yeah, feel the flow in multiplayer too. It's crazy. Rico says, who needs a Thor stat if you can feel the flow? Yeah. Feel the flow. I think this card really rounds out his kit, guys. I'm gonna see myself using this card a lot with the Book of the Iron Fist. Like he's like a massive thwarter, dude. Such good thwarter right now. Um, I'm liking him more than Electra and Luke Cage and Echo behind Daredevil on par with JJ. Okay. By the way, Fist of Fury can do 6. Okay, I haven't gotten there yet, but I'll definitely. Man, okay, that's like a strong card. Guys, please give the stream a like if you're enjoying this live stream. We're recovering the Iron Fist article. Please, let's try to get the likes to 50. Can we get the likes to 50, guys? How hyped are you for Iron Fist? Okay, what are the votes here, guys? So we have 30 votes in. 23% of you guys are more hyped than Daredevil for Iron Fist. 33%, so about a third of y'all, are more hyped than Jessica Jones or Luke Cage. And then 43% says hype, but not as much as others. 0% of you guys voted for not hype. So, I mean, is it just like, what's it called? Like participation bias? Because if you guys are in the stream, I mean, I guess you guys are hyped for Iron Fist, right? So, like, no, everyone's hyped for Iron Fist right now. So, everyone's hyped. And 42% are hyped, but not as much as the others in Fear and Evil. So kind of like the least hype for Iron Fist. And then the other percentage is gonna be what 68%. No, 58%. Yeah, so 58% of you guys are more hyped for Iron Fist than Jessica, Luke, and Daredevil. So for 58% of you guys, he is one of the highest hype characters in this wave. Um, I'll let the poll run a little bit longer to see if anything changed, but I feel like it should probably stay the same, right? By the way, let's see where the previous. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I posted for anyone that's just joining, guys. I posted a pinned like chat in the chat for the article link if you guys want to see that. I'm in the stream because I started live streaming my feed. Didn't realize it released. Oh yeah. Thomas says villains who make you discard mess with the book. Can think of many except maybe Famine and Horseman. Yeah, but the thing is, like, even with that, I don't think that they can discard you out of the round. So let me pull up Famine. Because I think that even her discard won't mess you up in terms of how your books work, how your book works. So okay. Oh, there's no image here. I'm Marvel CDB. Okay. So Famine says, after Famine attacks you, if she has 1 hit point, discard the top 10 cards of your deck. So this is after she activates. Even if she activates in the encounter step, like if you get an assault and she attacks you again, you discard. But if you have your chi right here, if you to flow in play, it gets this card at the end of the round because it's temporary. So after all those cards get this card from Famine, now Free to Flow get discarded, and it's still gonna be the top card of your discard pile. So the Book of the Iron Fist is gonna work. So I don't really mind. I don't think there's anything. There's no how do you say? There's no encounter set. There's no villain. At least I can think of it. But I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty confident that there is none. There's no way for a villain to discard a card from you. Like, oh no, there is. There is. I was gonna say there is. So I think that there's very few ways. Let me edit what I'm saying. There's very few ways for the villain to discard a card from you at the end of the round. But I think the only thing that I've seen is what is it? Standard 3? What is that standard 3 card, guys? Okay, I'm gonna go to Hall of Heroes here. We're gonna go to Hall of Heroes. So this is more reason why I'm not gonna play Standard 3. Which why I like Standard 1 more than Standard 3, but I definitely don't play Standard 3 with Iron Fist. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. So we're on Age of Apocalypse screen here. And it is I think there's other common cards like this too, but they're seldom. Like they're not common at all. Where's Standard 3 in this? Man, if I just remember the name, I could have typed it up in Marvel CDB. Is it? It is okay. Drawing Near. Drawing Near is the card. This is the Iron Fist Killer. Shouts to Champion who shouted out in the chat. This is the Iron Fist Killer. At least the Book of Iron Fist Killer. So this card will counter the Book of Iron Fist. So it's an obligation that you get during the encounter phase. And as a force response, after your turn begins, you have to do this right when your turn begins. So right after the round ends, your temporary upgrade gets discarded, your technique is discarded. And then when your turn begins, you discard top card of your deck, place a pursuit count on pursuit by the pass for each icon on the card. So now the top card discard pile is no longer your book. However, I will say that there's times in multiplayer where this won't work, where this doesn't counter you. I guess what I mean to say, because this is after your turn begins. So if you're playing in multiplayer, like 2 players or more, your turn doesn't begin right when the player phase begins. So if you're not the first player, your turn won't begin. It'll be like someone else's turn. And you can use a hero action during your friend's turn to put your technique into play before you drawing near, right? So there's like little, most of the time it's almost never going to happen. I think it's never going to happen. But drawing near can really get Iron Fist into solo or multiplayer if you're not the first player. But I think there's like 1 or 2 cards that have a similar effect to drawing near, where you discard whenever your turn begins. But yeah, I think it's definitely not common. I don't think Iron Fist needs to worry too much about it. Unless, I mean, you're like Champion Mill, you always play Standard 3. But yeah, I'm definitely more of a Standard 1 type of guy. So as long as you don't go first, the book can yeah. As long as you don't go first in multiplayer, then the book can still help. Guys, let's try to get the likes to 50. Let's try to get the stream likes here to 50. Only wave since the Web Wars I fully invested in the Fear No Evil wave. Yeah, Fear No Evil is looking like a really good wave. Yeah, I'm super hyped for this wave. Okay, so let's check out his next card here for Iron Fist. So Second thing to remember is that none of the technique cards need to be exhausted to use their abilities. Thank you, Peter, for reminding us, which means so long as you have enough cheat counters to spend, you can keep using them over and over again. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so is there ways for us to get more chi? Deep breathing, zero cost event. Here, oh, one thing to note too that we've only seen 3 techniques. So he still has 2 techniques that are a secret for us, so we don't know what they are. Deep breathing, zero cost event. So it's a hero action only. Okay, I thought this would be an ultra hero action. Discard cards on top of the deck until you get an Iron Fist card, and you add it to your hand. Oh, okay, so it's kind of just like it's just a zero cost event for you to get a cheat counter because each time when you're in hero form, you play a card, you get a cheat counter. So it's just, I think it's just a great way to get a cheat counter, get an Iron Fist card, which is probably going to be cheap. You play that one as well, get a cheat counter. Yeah. Fist of Fury, one cost event is their attack event here. Only one cost. Yeah, all the attack events have been super cheap this wave. Hero action attack, do 1 damage to enemy, do 1 to enemy, do 1 to enemy. Okay. All right. That's very Gambit esque. So one cost. Wow, this is really good because I mean, I already know what they want to use this with. They want to use this with. I think you guys mentioned it in the chat earlier too, with channel the Iron Fist. But let's say we don't have the technique, right? And we just play Fist of Fury. It's a one cost event. It does 3 damage, but 3 separate instances. You can do the 3 different enemies or 1 enemy. So if an enemy has a tough, you just do a damage, knock the tough, do a damage again, do a damage again. You can do the same enemy. And then if you can obviously stack it with your Chain of the Iron Fist, where when you attack, remove a chi counter, increase the amount of damage the attack deals by 1. And with the official rule, I have a rules we were talking about this. It will increase all instances of this attack event by 1. So it's a 1 cost event doing 6 damage. You can do 2, 2, 2. That's very, very strong. Yeah. Champion Mail says 1 to 15, no allies for Iron Fist. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. This is his first card. So Iron Fist has no allies confirmed. Wow. Okay. No allies. That's interesting. We will definitely do a card count after we look at all of his cards. I definitely want to make sure we see all the card count here. Kill Team says, does this hero deck have any weak cards? When you compare New Fear, No Evil hero decks to previous heroes, you can see the power level of the deck has been raised. Yeah, yeah, I feel like that. I mean, I think Deep Breathing might be one of the weaker cards because, like, you're losing cards that aren't Iron Fist cards. So, like, end game is going to be really good. But I think early game, if you want to try to build out, if you want to get like a head carrier down, if you want to get like your aspect cards down or something like that, then you might lose it with the Deep Breathing. But I mean, it's you always spend it as a resource anyways. Chainmail says, can you read Fist of Fury flavor text? It's important. Okay, let me see. What does it say here? It says, Kya kya wacha. Yeah, I guys, let me in the comics, is Iron Fist kind of like corny? Like, is this on purpose? Because like I do feel like the in a Netflix show, he's kind of corny, but maybe it's intentional. Am I missing out that it's actually intentional? So like he's actually a good actor for like making it kind of corny. Because yeah, I'm not the biggest Iron Fist fan because it's a little bit corny. Um, guys, drop some Iron Fist lore down in the chat if you wanna drop anything for me to like know. I think the choice of having 3+1 defense upgrades in protection is interesting. If you include okay, I haven't gone there yet, I think. When I have the minion, you can boost that multiple times with technique, not just once. I don't think you can boost it multiple times with technique though. You're talking about with channel the Iron Fist? Because it says when you attack, your move counter. Increase the amount of damage that attack deals by 1. I believe like if it's multiple events that interrupts, I think you can stack them. But I think on an upgrade, you remove a cheat count from Iron Fist when you attack. I think you can only do 1. Is what I'm thinking. I think you can just do it at 1 time. So you can't if you have 4 cheat counters, you can't remove 4 cheat counters. Because I feel like it would say up to something like remove any amount of cheat counters to increase the amount of damage by any amount. It's like what I'm thinking. Yeah, Champion Mode thinks that too. Yeah. Um, I hate the art on Fist of Fearless computer. Yeah, yeah. The art here is not the greatest. I like it looks kind of corny too. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm a big fan of the comic book art stuff. Let me see. Does he? Like, yeah, this one I'm also not the biggest fan of. Maybe this is from the comics. I'm not sure, but this one, I don't know. It looks a little bit weird too. Uh, I I do like Channel of the Iron Fist. I feel like this art looks very very cool. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Of course, managing your cheat counters is an element of Iron Fist playstyle. As we mentioned before, you gain a cheat count for every card you play, which means zero cost cards like Deep Breathing. So this card right here. Anthony upgrades are very valuable for building up your counters. Yeah, even one cost cards like Fist of Fear and Lei Kun. What's Lei Kun? One cost support. Guys, who is this guy? Who's Lei Kun? I thought we'd be getting a Colleen Wing. Kunlun martial arts persona. Action exhaust Lei Kun and remove cheat count from your identity. Draw one card. Whoa! Lei Kun is a goat, dude. Lei Kun is a goat. Exhaust Lei Kun, remove a cheat counter. Whoa, this is in hero form or alter ego. What you're gonna always have at least one cheat count. This is like, okay, this might be like the go-to card. Lei Kun, I don't know who he is, but he's a goat. I don't know how he earned the moniker the Thunderer, and I've been afraid to ask. Danny Rain. So is he like a mentor? I don't know. You guys say anything here in chat? uh, I think what's better? What's better, the extra one for events or two for basic attacks on Shan? Oh, I think definitely the two for basic attacks is better. So answer your question. So for Sharon the Iron Fist, I think using basic attacks is better for the two because you ready up, you hit for +2, you ready up, you hit for +2. But for multi-instance attack events or multi-damage ones, then the one is better because you increase it by more than two. So you're playing like a Fist of Fury, it's better. You're playing like a melee, it's gonna be better. Yeah. So it just depends what type of attack event you're playing. If you're playing like, I don't know, a well, clobber you can like recur, but like it's just something that's like I don't think like I can only think of swing web kick for some reason, but like you're playing like a full body charge, for example, then you probably, I mean, it's not gonna be as good. But if you have no cheat counters for the push, then I think it's fine. But Lei Kun is a goat. Com says Lei Kun is a master. No, yeah, I'm not sure. Uh, Bro switched up so fast. Yeah, dude. I was like, who? Like, I wanted Colleen Wing because I know in the Fender show, like Colleen is like, his like ride or die. But I mean, if Blade Kun's gonna like draw me a card every single round in hero form or alter ego, because you can use an alter ego as well, because you still have cheat counters on Iron Fist in alter ego, right? Your cheat counters don't go away; they just stay on you. And then Lake Country. Yeah, this is an Avengers Mansion, guys. Are we seeing this? Like, are you guys on the same page? Like, I feel like you guys aren't as shocked for this as I am. Maybe I just like economy cards more. Lake Hunt is Avengers. It's a one cost Avengers Mansion. It's a one cost Avengers Mansion. Like, you're playing a card every single turn, so you're gonna have a cheat counter every single turn. You remove one and exhaust them and you draw a card. This is a one cost Avengers Mansion, and it's crazy because I feel like in this Fear Removal wave, not every single hero has gone economy cards, but Iron Fist here is getting one, and it's like arguably the best one. This might be the best identity specific economy card in the game of Marvel Champions. All right, I know you guys like, make fun of me for like my my hot takes and like me jumping the gun, but I think this is I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna say this right now. This is the best resource generator, pseudo resource generator in the game. In the game. In the game. Yeah. One cost support draws you an alter ego or hero form. The cheat counter is going to be easy because you're playing a card every single turn, right? So you're going to have cheat counters. Like, you're never going to have zero. You're playing cards every single turn. So you're drawing a card like all the time. So yeah, we never had a one cost support that's alter ego or hero form that can draw you a card. So yeah, best resource generator / pseudo resource generator in the entire game. Yeah. This card, this Lake Kun's a goat. I still don't know who he is, but he's a goat. I think he earned the moniker Thunder because he's a guy compared to a mansion. He's compared to a mansion. Oh, because an Avengers mansion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lake Kun, guys. Oh my goodness. Archie says he's so cheap. What? Yeah, dude. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. This is It's crazy because Iron Fist looks like he has so many good key cards, right? Like, I think Lei Kun is like a super good key card. I think Book of the Iron Fist is another like key card. And then like even techniques like this technique is just gonna help keep the board state in check. This technique is gonna be like a huge burst of economy to help you get, an Avengers Mage or something else like that down. So like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's really, yeah, he has a lot of like good cards for sure. Archie says, just realized, yeah, yeah. Invite Homie says, Olympus would like a talk. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. So you guys don't know what he's talking about. Let me put Olympus. Okay, maybe I jumped the gun. I don't know. I think Olympus definitely, definitely can make it's definitely a debate. Let's do a poll. We're gonna do a poll here. I think the Iron Fist one is better because I think for Olympus is top tier. It's S tier. But when Hercules needs it the most is when he has no gifts. And when he has no gifts, it's a 0 resource generator that you play for free. So you play for free, but then like it's not doing anything. So yeah, I don't know. I will give it to Lei Kun. Champion Mel says, I think Olympus is too slow compared to Lei Kun. Lei Kun is the card draw. Yeah, I think it's close. I think it's close. And definitely, if you have one gift or more, Olympus is better because it's 0 cost to play. If you have 3 gifts, I mean Olympus is obviously way, way, way better. But you guys know my biggest thing with Hercules is that I wish that I wish that Hercules had more stuff when he has no gifts. And basically, Herc's helm is the only good card with no gifts. Everything else is like crap with no gifts. So I feel like he needs that. Um, okay, let me check this poll here. So, okay, yeah, the votes are about the same, except 7% of you guys are not hyped for Iron Fist. But yeah, the votes are pretty much the same as before. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a poll here, guys. Okay, is Lei Kung? Wait, what's his name? I don't even know his name, guys. I have so many tabs open now. I gotta fix this. Okay, okay. Let's see. Lei Kung. Okay. Is Lei Kung best pseudo resource generator? Say yes. I'm say Olympus is better. Guys, please give the stream a like if you're enjoying the content, guys. It really helps the channel out. Let's try to get the stream likes to 50. MB says, I love Olympus. Fire. The king guys fire. Yeah. Late Kun is better. Resources more important early game. Yeah, I agree with that. Iron for support is better because you know the build off for it. Yeah. He's got some pretty crazy choices for his cheat counters, double wild, thwarting, and card draw on tap. Yeah. It's gonna be tough to decide what to do it for, but I think the card draw is just one. So yeah, I think you always do that one. What about Crowd Connect Perception? Free card draw with possible ready every single turn. It's not even a free card draw every single turn because if you can't get a freeze off, yeah, and it's 2 costs, I believe, right? So I think Cryo is really good. Don't get me wrong. I think Cryo Connect Perception. Let me tap that in. Cryokinetic. Dang, I spelled it wrong. Wait, cryo, not cry. So I think super good. Like, don't get. I think it's the best Iceman card, but I think that just kind of shows that Iceman is not the strongest hero because I think this is his best card for sure. But it's after you resolve your freeze ability, you exhaust a card, you draw a card, and if it has actually you ready up Iceman. So the amount of times it has whiffed and me to not get the ready, that stinks, but it's fine. You always draw a card, but you have to resolve freeze, and you ideally resolve freeze every single turn. But there are turns with like exhaustion or something like that, and that you don't have any rays in your hand, you don't have any ways to resolve freeze where you can't resolve freeze. So on an option that you can't resolve, you actually miss a card from this, which has happened to me. So although I think it's very good, I just don't think it's as good as other stuff that we've seen here. Let me see. Remember when Web-Warrior said Sister Maggie is best support? Is the best, even better than Aunt May? Okay, I feel like I said I think Sister Maggie is better for Daredevil than Aunt May. I think that if you're putting him into any hero, I think that Aunt May is still better. But again, because I specifically remember I said it's for Daredevil only because Daredevil has his innate ready with the mail without fear. So like for Spider-Man, I think AMA is still better because Spider-Man, like he'll get exhausted, he'll defend stuff like that. But for a hero that has a on-demand ready, I think Sister Maggie is going to be the better support because she also discards a status card. So can we put another option? I'll vote out those two. What other option do you guys want here? Uh, I say Olympus win more. Friction Resistance deserves more love. Winston, well, welcome to the chat. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Friction Resistance, insanely good. Definitely gotten more resources out of that than you can with like a card that exhausts like one time. But I don't know. It's just so expensive. You know what I mean? Like it's very expensive. It's not as it's good early too, but it's just hard to get down for 3 costs. But definitely, I mean, if you're using it like 5 to 7 times in a round, it's definitely going to be much better. Let me see what you guys are thinking. So you guys are saying 78% of people saying that Lei Kung is the best student researcher in the game. So it's not me just jumping the gun, right? I feel like people agree. People agree. 22% says Olympus is better. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's fair. I definitely see. I think definitely for me, when you get Olympus to 3 gifts, it's probably the best. At 3 for sure. Do Wolverine's claws count as a save? Yeah, I would say Wolverine's claws do count, but I don't think they're that good to be honest. I'm not a big fan of claws. I feel like I take too much damage with them. I think friction resistance is good if you're using it on always be running or tenacity. Yeah, because if you spend on array is up. Yeah, no, for sure. Friction, it's tough because I think you can definitely make the case for friction resistance. I think it's a very very good card. Yeah, it definitely has higher potential. I think Olympus and friction resistance have higher potential than Lei Kung. But I just think and Cryokinetic perception too as well. But I think Lei Kung is like your most consistent. Like it's like your 1 cost mansion. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Okay, so the efficient source of chi counters in addition to your own usabilities. Since you can only carry up to 4 chi counters past the end of the player phase, so you can't stockpile chi counters, right? That's why you have that healing effect, I guess. Cards like Way of Things and Dragon Punch can give you alternate ways to spend them outside of your technique cards. Okay. Man, I'm already looking at the protection cards here. Let me not look yet. Wait, what is this? Okay, let me not look yet. Okay. Way of Things. Okay. 1 cost event. Okay. The art here is cool. Skill thwart. Hero action thwart. Remove 2 chi counters from a scheme. Sorry. I read that wrong. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Okay. Remove 2 threat from a scheme for 1 event. For a 1 cost event. Okay. I need to take a break a little bit, guys. Hold up. Okay. Okay. 1 cost event. Lord event. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. You may remove 2 chi counters from artifice to remove 2 threat from a scheme. Okay. I don't know. I think that this is good if you have the excess of chi counters. I feel like there's other things I'd rather do my chi counters for. I mean, 1 for 4 is definitely really good, but 2 chi counters is kind of hefty. It's a little bit hefty. But obviously, you're getting 1 back for playing the event. So yeah, I mean, it's a good card. It's definitely a good card. I just don't. I'll say this: he has very very good thwarting with this card and his thwart technique. I just feel like Iron Fist is thwarting is just like super solid with the field of flow here. But yeah, I mean, just a basic thwart. I'm not do anything else other than thwart, but very very efficient thwart, super efficient if you remove the 2 chi counters. But even without it, it's not bad. Well, 1 for 2, it's not terrible. Yeah, so just very low to ground, helping you hit the martial arts stuff. And then Dragon Punch. What's Dragon Punch? That's probably the coolest name. 2 cost event. Okay, so more expensive than 1. 2 cost event. Dragon Punch. Attack superpower. Hero action attack. Do 2 damage to enemy. You may remove up to 5. Oh, here we go. So now you can remove up to 5 from your identity to do 2 additional damage for each chi count removed. If you removed at least 3, stun the enemy. Wow. Okay. So if you remove 3 chi counters. Wait, oh, it's 2 additional one. Okay, what's the max damage? So it does 2 damage for 2 costs, which is not good. But then you have to. So this is only good if you remove counters. If you remove 5 chi counters, it does 10 additional damage. So there's gonna be 12 damage and a stun for 2 costs. Super duper good, but you lose basically all your chi counters because I'm assuming you're not gonna have more than 5. So yeah, 12 for 2 is really good. Do we have more than 1 copy of this event? We will do some card counting here after we take a look at this. But yeah, 12 for 2 is very good. If you remove 3 counters, you get a stun. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So you do 2 for 8. That's still very good. 2 for 8 and a stun is really good. So this could be an efficient way to remove chi counters for that stun too. I know a lot of people shout out stun for Iron Fist, so we do have the stun here. Solid 2 for 12. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have that. Let's see. If you rather hoard those chi counters for an explosive next turn, you can also flip down to Alter Ego. That's true. After all, the force response that discards your chi counters at the end of player phase only applies to Iron Fist hero form. Yes, thank you, Peter, for shouting that out. So yeah, we can stack on chi counters and keep the flow, and you want to keep it for next turn, but you don't have the Book of the Iron Fist. You could just flip down to Alter Ego, and you'll hold on to it for the next turn, flip back up to hero form, and have a second round of Feel the Flow being in play, right? And same for your chi counters. If you build up to like, I don't know, 7 chi counters and you want to keep them all for like a crazy chi counter turn, you flip down to Arc Ego, keep your 7 chi counters, flip back up, and then you can bypass the force response there. So yeah, I think very tactical hero for sure, and really feels like he's meditating, building the chi, and like exploding it all out. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's very thematic too. Okay. Okay. So before we go into the protection cards, let's do a quick card count here, guys. We're gonna do a quick card count. Okay. Let me see here. So okay, 11 of 15. So I'm guessing the 5 techniques are gonna be 10. I mean, sorry, 11 out of 15, 12 out of 15, 13, 14, 15. So those would be 12, 13, 14. Yeah. So the last 5 cards are gonna be his 5 techniques. Okay. And then redirect chi. Yeah, that's another technique. That's 15 out of 15. Okay, so 5 techniques there. Book of the Iron Fist is the 10 out of 15. Okay, so we know 10 to 15, those last 6 cards. Deep breathing is 1 out of 15. Fist of Fear is 5 out of 15. And Lei Kung is 9 out of 15. Okay, so we know 9 of 15. Way of Things is 7. So I'm assuming we have 2 copies of Thor event. So 2 Thor events, 7, 8. We know 9 is Lei Kung. We know 10 is the book. Dragon Punch is 4. So we have 1 copy of Dragon Punch. It's not going to be 2 copies. So 1 copy of Dragon Punch. 1 copy of Fist of Fear. Or sorry, at least 1 copy, potentially 2 or 3. Or do we have a 7? No. 2 copies of Fist of Fury. Sorry, guys. Okay. So 5 and 6 is going to be Fist of Fury. 7 and 8 is going to be Way of Things. Dragon Punch is 4, 1 copy. Lei Kung is 9. Okay, so, and we know deep breathing is 1. So now we just had to look at this little number here, because we know that there's 2, 3, and 4 out of 15. We're missing those. And we can know how many copies of there is of deep breathing if we look at this number here. So 2 and 4 of the print, which means that there's 1 card, which is 3 card, the third card in the pack, which is missing. So we've seen every single card in Iron Fist's deck except for 1 card. Wow. Like I feel like it's no, we haven't seen. Oh, wait, sorry. I just knew that there were techniques, but we haven't seen 2 of the techniques. So we're missing 2 techniques, and we're missing 1 other card. So we're missing 3 hero cards here from his kit. And let's see how many copies. So there's no way to know. Yeah. So I'm assuming there's gonna be 2 or 3 of this, and of the missing card is gonna be also like 1 or 2 copies of that. Yeah. Yeah. So not sure what the missing card is. It's definitely gonna be an event. Could it? It shouldn't be an attack event, I think, 'cause he has enough attacks there. So just another event, not a Thor event, not an attack event. We don't know what it is. And then yeah, so we're missing 1 event. And we're missing 2 techniques. Okay, so that's a card count there for Iron Fist. I will put in the description of the video which card? Or sorry, in the comment section of the video after live stream is done, like the card count for everything for you guys that want to see that. But Dragon Punch is between Deep Breathing and Fist of Fury. Am I tripping? Oh, you're right. Sorry. You're right. Yeah, Dragon Punch is 4. Yeah, sorry guys. So yeah, we have 1 Dragon Punch that's 4. So we're missing 2 and 3. We're missing 1 event is 2 and 3. So maybe I'm assuming there's gonna be 2 copies of Deep Breathing, the 1 out of 15 and 2 out of 15. And 3 out of 15 will be a unique event, I think. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying defense event. Yeah, it could be a defense event. Yeah, yeah. So I feel like, yeah, it's probably gonna be some sort of event, maybe a defense event, maybe just like a all-purpose type of event, like a deep breathing. Okay, so we're missing. So it's probably only be one copy of that card that we're missing then. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Roboto. I almost missed that. Okay, so all right, let's check out the protection cards, guys. Please like the stream too. Again, guys, please let's get the likes, the stream likes to 50. Okay, so here's some protection cards. Okay, I know a lot of you guys kept mentioning this in the chat, so I mean, it's gonna be really cool, right? Helpful bystander. It's a one cost ally that you can play out. She has no thwart, no attack. It's like a grandma with a brick. One hit point. Civilian. Okay. So this grandma cannot thwart or attack. Just got one hit point. It's vulnerable. It's vulnerable. So if it gets stunned or confused, it gets discarded. While she's in play, get +1 hand size. Wow. Okay. Force interrupt. When an enemy attacks you, it attacks the helpful bystander instead. Attack against overkill. Okay. So why is she jumping in the way for you? Like, what? Why? No, no, she's not jumping away. The villain's just attacking her because the villains are evil. So we're gonna attack this grandma, and it's gonna have overkill to you. Okay. Force interrupt though. Okay. If the villain stuns her, she gets discarded. She's max 1 per deck. And while she's in play, get +1 hand size. Only your hero gets +1 hand size. So your alter ego does not get it. Huh. It's such a unique card. It's such a unique card. I don't really have any thoughts on it. Like what is the combo that you guys see on this, guys? Because I'm not getting it. I'm not too hyped on her right now. I don't understand. What's what's so good about this bystander, guys? Let me see the chat. Hercules gonna love grandma with his one labor. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I guess if you're defending your like if you're exhausted to defend, you can defend the helpful bystander. Yeah. She says alter ego build, but this is your hero gets +1 hand size. So I don't think you get the hand size in alter ego. It's only for hero form. So like I feel like and in hero form you have to constantly defend. So I mean I guess if you're playing protection and you are always defending every single turn, then she's very good. If you miss a turn, like if you're exhausted and you miss a defense, then then she'll die. Yeah, so I feel like it's not bad. Um Roboto. Oh man, sorry. Okay, sorry guys. Let's go back really quick to clean up this because Roboto is yeah, guys. I am not. Yeah, I'm trying to do this card counting thing, but it's not working out for me, guys. So Roboto here is explained that Iron Fist 1 out of 15 is the second card in his deck, and then we have Dragon Punch here, which is the third card. So there's no card in between, no new card in between Dragon Punch and breathing. So if Dragon Punch is 4 out of 15, deep breathing is 1, 2, and 3 out of 15. So he has no more events. Sorry, guys. I apologize, guys. I'm gonna have a pinned comment at the end of this video. Yeah. So he has no other like events. Yeah, this is it. So we've seen all of Iron Fist cards. We basically know entirely how his kit works. We're just missing 2 techniques, which we could assume might be like a defensive one and something similar to that. Yeah. So yeah. So it's just gonna be we know all of his cards. We're just missing 2 techniques. Sorry about that, guys, and thank you so much to Roboto for clearing that up. Iron Fist has no time to bleed because he's rizzing up the nurse. Just for characters that yeah. So I think help bystander it's only good for decks that always offend. Fortunately, it's in protection, so protection would be defending a lot, and a plus hand size is gonna be really good. So yeah, I think it's a really nice card for protection. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's a nice. I still wish that justice and like aggression got cards like this. But yeah, really good protection card. Definitely changed the game. I think that not changed the game. It's definitely super unique. And I think that it helps reinforce defending and not just having allies. Actually, you can have your other allies chump block for the helpful bystander, actually. It's hard to get several allies out in protection. But if you play her and you have another protection ally, when the enemy attacks you, it goes to the helpful bystander, but then you can exhaust the ally to redirect the attack to like Nick Fear, for example. So Sick and Mud says, can you have 3 grandmas? No, you only have 1 because it's max 1 per deck. So only 1 grandma, unfortunately. But if you're playing several protection heroes, everyone can have 1 grandma. Okay. What is this one? 2 cost upgrade. Okay. Discount 1 for martial arts or soldier. So it's gonna be 1 cost for Iron Fist. No time to bleed because he's raising up the nurse. Shouts to Rob. Temporary. Only your technique cards lose temporary. Okay. So this is not a technique. So it's always gonna be temporary. Okay. Response: after you play a card, including this one, heal 1 damage from your identity. Okay. So just you're just getting able to heal, I guess. Yeah, so it's just like moving shadow, except instead of throwing your healing, that's still good. I think that's pretty good. So you play it, you heal 1, you play more cards, you do more healing. It really feels like the martial artist archetype was built for Iron Fist, like playing multiple cards. Yeah, even more than like for Daredevil, with like the moving shadow. I don't know. I mean, Daredevil can heal a lot with this too. I really like Scarlet Daredevil because he's taking so much damage with his man without fear and stuff like that. So I think this is good. Yeah. Rare Soldier Trait card, yeah. Dark Strange can get a Hero Hands of 7 with her and the Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, for sure. Kind of neat it's Soldier instead of the Spy before. Oh, yeah, yeah, because Moonshell was Spy and Martial Artist. No Time to Bleed is Martial Arts and Soldier. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe because, like, the Soldiers are going to, like, the nurse and, like, getting healed. Pretty good for characters that like slow heals, like X-23, even if she has space 2. Yeah. Or Soldier, Nick Fury, Captain Marvel, Winter Soldier. Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, I don't really know. I think Winter Soldier might like some healing there with all the minions that he's taking damage from. Okay, so although Iron Fist Signature Kit already has several tools to help him get the best use from his technique cards, he certainly won't say no to assistance from his pre-built protection deck. Helpful Bystander can increase your hand size, allowing you to play more cards and generate more cheat counters. Each turn, though, they'll need your protection. Yeah. No time to bleed. Or you can also jump block. So I think it's cool that you can use Nick Fury to jump block the attack for your helpful Bystander. No Time to Bleed can double up on the benefits Iron Fist receives for playing lots of cards in a turn, allowing him to heal up the damage he takes from attacks he triggers with cards like Demoralize. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is very good. This is very good. Zero cost event, tactic, hero action, choose an enemy, it attacks you, confuse that enemy. Wow. Champion says, oh yeah, heck yeah, it's another card for my taunt build. Yeah. Yeah, this is broken. This is really good. Okay, not broken. It's just a really nice another nice way for protection to flip down. I think we see a card like this in Justice where you get a tough. What is that card? Is it in Daredevil? Look at Hall of Heroes. We got a card like this that is just like it's like the Justice variant and just way worse. It's like the crap version of this. Is it in Daredevil's deck or is it in Jessica Jones? Okay, it's not in Daredevil. It must be Jessica Jones. Let's see, I'm looking for it here for y'all. It's just like, why is the protection one better? I don't know. I'm thinking of Observe. Yes, Observe. Thank you, guys. Where can I find like where's Observe from? Is it from Jessica Jones? Because it's not on Hall. I'm on Hall of Heroes. It's not on there. Um, yeah, I don't. Let's look up Marvel CDB. Is the card out yet? Observe. See, I own the card. I've never used it though. Oh, it's Luke Cage. Okay, okay, sorry guys. It's Luke Cage. It's Luke Cage. Let's look at Luke Cage. All right. Backup pack for Luke Cage. Thank you, Thomas. Let me see. Okay, so why does protection get everything, guys? Why? I don't understand. It's not fair. It's not fair. Okay. Observe the 1 cost event. It costs 1. The villain schemes on you, and you get a tough. It's 0 cost. You can choose any enemy, the villain or a minion. It attacks you, and they get confused. So this one, yeah, it's kind of like the reverse, right? If you have a tough, the tough will soak the hit, and you confuse them. And then this, if you confuse the villain, you play this, they get rid of their confused, and you get a tough. So like, I don't know. I just feel like, and this is one cost too, another one's zero cost. I just don't. This. I think it's much more valuable to get that confused. I think the attacks are easier to like because you can chump block, right? If you have a Nick Fury in play and you want to flip down, you play demoralize. Nick blocks a hit, you get the confuse off, and then you can flip down now. Like I don't. Robot says protection is very child. Protection is definitely the fairy child, guys. I just want more stuff for justice, but it looks like this is another protection wave. I was so hyped for this to be a big justice wave, but it is protection is going crazy this wave. Like with Echo stuff, and then now like cards like this. Just like Echo kind of like is that new archetype, or just building that no ally archetype. And a card like Demoralize is just good in like basically any protection deck, right? Like as long as you're facing a villain that like can be confused or stunned, right? Like they're not stalwart or steady. This can work in a protection build that doesn't even have like that has allies, right? Like you play Demoralize, Nick Fury blocks, you get confused. Like that's such a good, cheap, easy way to confuse, and it's really easy for protection to get toughs to heal. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. Thomas says it would have been great at one cost. Yeah, I think one cost is fine. For the card. Peter, welcome to the chat. It says, well, it is the defender's wave. That's true. I'm just so like protection is now my favorite aspect, or has been my favorite aspect since Ready for a Fight. But I feel like I'm more of a just player at heart. I like to flip down a lot. So like justice used to be my favorite aspect, but I feel like protection is better now at flipping down than justice, which is why protection is my favorite aspect now because it can flip down better than justice, in my opinion. So yeah, it is a crazy, crazy card. Wicked says, "Ain't a card draw for Peter Parker." Yeah, I definitely gotta run this protection stuff with Peter Parker. I find myself playing protection more than like any other aspect, and I'm jealous of protection. I just want more stuff for that, for justice in particular. But yeah, it is I guess it makes sense. The defender's wave, they are defending. So a lot of protection stuff here, but my jealousy, guys, is coming out. Champion Mel says my Retaliate for Nightcrawler build is loving it for zero cost. Make them attack you. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I just posted Nightcrawler playthrough yesterday. Nightcrawler is so fun with all these protection cards, guys. These protection cards are insane for so many heroes, but I think Nightcrawler is he's my favorite one to take advantage of all these new cards with the no ally stuff. And I think he's gonna love this too because he can flip down and heal too. Yeah, yeah, Nightcrawler just keeps on going up. Like Nightcrawler is becoming one of my favorite, like top favorite heroes because of all these cards that work so well for him. The best offense literally make me never run those aggression high attack builds. Yeah, I wish aggression got something like that, like where you can for the same as the best offense, you use your attack stat as your thwart and your defense. That would be so good for aggression. That the best offense is so good, guys. It's such a good card. Ah man. I think every aspect needs that best offense. But yeah, okay. Here's another great card for protection, guys. Making me jealous for justice here. But yeah, I mean protection. If you didn't think protection was like the best way to flip down, it's even better now. Now you get a zero cost confuse here. Synergizing with the law of protection heroes where the enemy attacks you. I split whiskey on my Nightcrawler card. Oh no, now it's a pub crawl. Sorry, dude. No, that's sad. That's sad. Do you have them in like sleeves? All right. Let's see. Let me see here. Shpee says have to maintain protection as the best aspect. I really think protection is the best aspect. Like this might be a hot take. I think I saw someone post on Reddit like a few weeks ago, but like, okay, protection is definitely the best aspect in terms of like most fun because of different archetypes that it has. But I think it's the strongest aspect in the game right now. And I think strong leadership because of things like mitigating threat. I think Jessica Jones has. Let me pull that up. Like it's just like the all encompassing thing. So mitigating threat, I still have yet to play, so I'm definitely gonna do this soon. This card can make any encounter card lose your icons. So, like, when you're playing Ronan the Accuser, you put this card on the Kree command ship, you break the scenario. Because now Ronan's only doing you one encounter every single round, and you can cancel it. Well, no. Yeah, you can cancel it with the Kree command ships like text. So you blank out the hazard on it, and then you can still cancel it, which is like crazy. So like if you're using and protection has ready for a fight, which is like the most reliable way to flip down, even through stalwart. So like I don't know, guys. I think protection and like you have so much RTO access with lay low here. Like you can flip down for free. And then you have your demoralize to get it confused. I think that like protection is so good, guys. It's so good. I honestly think for hard difficult scenarios, I think that protection is the best aspect. I think that you can still make the case for leadership being the highest tempo if you're like ally spamming and just playing those draw allies like Moon Girl and Nick Fury. But I think that goes weaker and weaker against higher difficulties because they have more overkill and stuff like that, to where the allies jump blocking won't be as useful. So I do think that for higher difficulties, I think protection becomes the strongest aspect. Thomas says, "Pull it." Okay, should we do a poll on the strongest aspect? I guess. Let me see here. Okay, let me see what you guys. So 70% of you guys vote that Lake Cone is the best Rooster generator. Let's vote here best asset. I think it's only going to be protection and leadership, right, guys? I think these are only. I don't think anyone else thinks the other aspects are better. All right, let's see here. What's the strongest aspect, guys? Protection or leadership? Hello from UK. Trying to get my Aerial Sun in the game. Nice, dude. Yeah. I mean, I think such a complex game, but I would love to like, yeah. If like one day if I have a son, definitely want to get him into the game. But I feel like, good luck, dude. Good luck. Yeah, it's a. I try to get like adults in the game, and it's hard for a lot of people to understand how to do and everything. Let's see here. Rahul says sad trust issues with a I know I'm a fan Poyer. Sorry, I am not. I don't understand what you're saying. Sorry, dude. Champion Mel says, "What about pool laugh tracks?" That's funny, dude. Rahul said, "Losing my phone. Say up to you and." Sorry, dude. I'm not quite understanding. I'm sure there's a language barrier. Sorry, I just lose my phone. Say up to you. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's weird how there are these really potent cards coming out for the aspects, and also these cards that are confusing to want to ever play, like the healing confused card Injustice. Yeah. What I feel like is that there's really potent cards coming out for the protection aspect, and these cards that we are confusing to ever want to play, like like you said, that the Justice card, but then there's also like even like Daredevil's precon. There's cards that like I've honestly never played, even with precon several times, right? Like I played this precon against like Claw and two-handed games against Kilgrave, and I've never played Legal Trouble. It's zero cost to play for Daredevil as an attorney. I just never play this card. Attached to a minion, -2 scheme, like, I don't know. I feel like I've just never played this card. So there's Moon Shadow is good. I just wish we got more of it for an archetype. More of an archetype for self-training. I think this is a cool card too. But like, yeah, some of these cards I just never played. Champion Mill says leadership best aspect is those of nasty. Yeah, but the thing is like Avengers only for Avengers. So you're not an Avenger, you can't even play the Avenger deck. So it's kind of like it's more of an Avenger leadership deck than it is like a general leadership deck. Com says even though allies are really strong, lately there's a lot of anti-ally. Yeah, like Bullseye. Yeah, good point. So like these scenarios that hate on allies, like Bullseye, makes it really tough for allies to or leadership builds to actually be successful. Because if you're spamming allies, but they can't even block for you because the attack is just going through right on you with the overkill, the allies lose most of their value because the biggest value from the allies is the chump blocking and the versatility of thwarting attacking, obviously. But let's see. Donkey says, is it just me or is protection getting a lot of support? Yeah. Rob says it's not just you. Yeah, for sure it is. But Peter said it is defender wave. So to be fair, it makes sense. It's just I feel like though I would say that it's been more than just this last wave. That protection has been getting like amazing stuff. And I do think that this wave has really pushed it over. But maybe Fear and Evil, it makes sense that protection right now with Fear and Evil is going to be the top aspect. But hopefully in the future, we can get some other stuff for the other aspects. Coach Team says, why do I have so many protection cards? Let me see. Okay, so the poll right now, we have 36% of votes on leadership and 64% saying that protection is the stronger aspect, guys. What the day has come. I mean, okay, you know what? I do want to give kudos. I do want to give kudos to designers because I feel like that it's been such a long time that the community consensus has been that leadership is just so powerful. It's the strongest aspect. It's like keeps in balance above everything else. We're now with the vote right here where a majority, a 2/3 majority of you guys are voting that protection is stronger than leadership. So I think that's awesome. I don't mind that. I think I prefer protection to be the strongest aspect than leadership. So kudos to designers. I think that's great. I think it's awesome that they're doing like that. And I prefer leadership to not be the strongest aspect because the ally spam just feels so broken. You know what I mean? So I think it's cool. Yeah. So I think that this effort to make leadership not the strongest aspect is a really good thing that they've done. So I think that you can't really hate on it. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, in that context, I think that's really good. That protection is the strongest aspect. Yeah, I just want other stuff for aggression and justice in particular. Justice in particular. But yeah. Wicked says you should get back to Arco to see the card that might hint. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's jump back here. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, guys. This is a huge rant there on that. Okay. Huge rant on protection. But I'm happy that protection has taken over for leadership. If you manage to exactly defend against an enemy attack. Oh, that's crazy. If you manage to exactly defend, meaning your defense equals the final modified attack of the attacker, then you can punch back for redirection mastery, which stacks one for you with fatality. This is insane difficult to do. I feel this is very, very hard to do because the villain will have a boost that you don't normally know. So it's going to be so difficult to perfectly defend. But let's see what we get. It should be like really strong, right? I'm assuming. 2-cost upgrade, redirection mastery. It's a skill card, maximum per player, so similar to like the stealth training. Hero response after you exactly defend attack. Do damage to attack equal to your defense for attack. This is not exhaust. It's not exhaust, so you can do it multiple times in a round. Okay, so it's just hitting back. It's just hitting back. Okay. I mean, it's a stop hitting yourself, but like on demand, but you have to perfectly defend. I feel this is so hard to do. I don't know, guys. I feel this is so hard to do. I don't know. I don't think this effect is worth the value of this because I feel like that to exactly defend an attack, it's so difficult based on the boost card that the villain's getting and how you're able to increase your defense. So I wonder if Iron Fist will have something in his kit, like a technique, that makes this perfect. Because I don't see any other hero being able to perfectly defend accurately. Yeah, I don't see any other hero being able to do that. I feel like Iron Fist might be the only one based on a card that we haven't seen yet. Champion Mail says 2 costs are quite expensive. Yeah, I think it's pretty expensive because I think there'll be many defenses where you're not able to trigger it if you can't defend perfectly. Unless maybe you're Iron Fist and you have that, right? So Thomas says, not sure how many times you'll proc in a game. Like for me, it's a card that I want to proc every single round. And I feel like every round that it's in play, I'm not procking, I'm losing value. That's the way that I kind of see cards like this. Like I feel like I want to proc it all the time to not feel bad about it. This card, an energy bearer, it's a lot of work. Yeah, does energy bearer work with this? After you exactly defending, okay, let me see. Peter here wrote the thing. Your defense exactly equals a final modified attack of the attacker. Then you can punch back. So let me pull up energy barrier. Champion Mill says energy barrier doesn't work. Yeah, I'm also thinking that it doesn't work because I don't think it modifies the attack. Let me see the time window for this. No, yeah, see, it's when you would take an amount of damage. Yeah, so your defense stats already modifying when you're defending, and you're already subtracting. So now it's gonna be like, let's say, left over 2 damage. So you didn't perfectly defend, but even though you take no damage, it's still not a perfectly like defend attack with the martial artist like thing. So energy barrier will not work for that. So yeah, I feel like this card's like I feel like it's something that would have been more worth it is if it said after you exile defend attack, do damage attack equal to your defense for attack, and remove threat from a scheme equal to your defense for attack. So it's kind of like essentially an in harm's way, but on demand they trigger every single turn if you're able to line that up. And another thing too that I should mention is that potentially this card is really good for Iron Fist if he has a technique, a defensive focus technique where you can remove a counter to reduce the damage by 1 or increase your defense by 1. Guys, I'm actually calling it right here. I think that with this card in the precon, I think that it's a safe prediction. I'm going to go ahead and make a bold prediction here that one of the 2 missing techniques in Iron Fist kit is a technique that you can remove a chi counter to either reduce the attack of an enemy attacking you by 1 or increase your defense. So it will basically help you match it exactly to be able to hit this reduction mastery and make this a very good card for Iron Fist, just not for other heroes. Yeah, Rob here's talking about like North Star, and then I saw someone mention Defiance. I think that definitely works for it to get rid of the boost, but it's still hard to perfectly defend the defense wise with the villain's attack because you have to match your defense with the villain's attack. So like if the villain has a base attack stat of 3, you Defiance get rid of the boost, it's still going to be 3 attack. If your defense is 4, then you don't get it, right? Should keep reading to see how we rush match. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry. Should keep reading to see how it's helped. Okay. Sorry, guys. I gotta stop doing that. So you can retaliate. You don't need a defense boost from Tonfa. What is this? 1 cost upgrade. Item weapon. Okay. Oh, Tonfa are like these things. Hero interrupt when calculating damage during an attack. Exhaust card give your hero either +1 defense or retaliate 1. Yeah, I don't think it's too helpful. Like, I feel like okay, so, like, here's my thought process with the Redirection Master, right? I wanna do damage to attack it equal to my defense, and to get full value from this, I wanna do that classic no ally archetype with, like, the Ronin suit and all this stuff, and I wanna build my defense to, like, 9 as Nightcrawler, right? I wanna get my defense to 9, and with this, Nightcrawler going to 10 defense. So this is another card I got included for Nightcrawler. Oh, it's restricted though. Can he have another restricted card? I don't know with the swords and everything if he has enough. I think he can have 3 restricted, right? So he should be able to have this. But anyways, the point is I want to get my defense up. No, you only get this for when you're defending though. It's not like for the whole round for like in harm's way or something like that. Anyways, the point is if I want to get value from this card, I need high defense. I want like at least 5 or more defense. And the Tonfa increase it further. So it helps me look at, I guess, boosts. But if I'm playing Defiance and the villain's attack is too low, and if the villain gets a 0 boost, then it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? I think it's just way too hard to line that up. I don't think this card helps you if your defense is lower than what the villain's hitting. But if I'm truly building on my defense, like with Nightcrawler getting up to like 9 defense, or like any other hero getting up to like 6, you know, I probably don't need the Tonfas, I feel like, at 6 defense. Falcon can do it. Yeah, Falcon will be good with it. Falcon for sure. Falcon can see, yeah, the top boost. But another thing is too is that though, if you're playing Falcon in multiplayer, then he won't work again, right? Falcon's only going to be good in true solo with this build because in multiplayer you don't know if you're not the first player who's getting attacked, you don't know the boost for you. You know, I've heard Tonfa on its own without the mastery. Yeah, I think Tonfa is not bad on its own to give you additional retaliate or +1 defense. Yeah, so I feel like that's pretty good. Second Mind says, yeah, damage is a weak payoff. More things are true. Yeah. So okay, sorry guys, let me finish my little tangent here. But for this thing, if I'm keeping my defense to try to hit the villain's attack, I probably want around 3 or 4, and I'm not going to continue building out beyond that. So if I keep my defense at 3 or 4, the reduction mastery, oh, it's only going to do 3 or 4 damage back. You know what I mean? So I'm not getting the most value from it if I'm trying to hit the condition for it. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's, yeah, I don't think this is a card that I would play as much. I think it's a card that you could definitely have a lot of fun with if you're trying to hit that. But yeah, I feel like it's difficult. Shaving Moses is competing in slot with In Harm's Way and best offense is rough. Yeah, those cards are just so insane. I think this card is not going to be as good with it. But I think that Tonfa really adds to the not In Harm's Way because it doesn't give you the defense like naturally, but it helps with that archetype to give you Retaliate 1 with like the Ronin suit and everything. So yeah, this is a great way to get another Retaliate 1. That's really nice actually. Yeah, another Retaliate 1. Yeah, okay. Let's see. To reach the exact defense threshold, which you can decide after the boost is reviewed, you can always use it to retaliate instead. If you need to stack as much defense as possible, then Iron Fist's good friend Luke Cage is here to help you out. Does Luke Cage do something else? 4 cost basic Luke Cage. Okay. He is waving high here. 3 hit points, 1 Thor, 2 attack defender hero for hire, toughness. Classic Luke Cage of toughness. If your hero shares a trait with Luke Cage, your hero gets +1 defense. If you share your hero. Okay. So you get +1 defense. Basically, if you're a defender, you get +1 defense. That's interesting. Okay, so I think it's cool that he's giving you +1 defense. You kind of just need him to stay in play though. So okay. So you play him his toughness for 4 cost. He can block and he can like attack a few times for you, and you essentially just keep him in play for the +1 defense. But Champion Mel, yeah, that was exactly what I was gonna say. Champion Mel. If you put honor on him, if you need, I'm gonna do this. You guys know I gotta go a Nightcrawler, and then you give Luke Cage and Honor X-Men to get +1 defense with that. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because there's anti-synergy with allies, right? Because I want the Ronin suit, because Ronin suit gives you +1 defense. Let me pull up all of heroes for y'all. Yeah, so it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because Luke Cage is an ally existing in your ally slot. So like, you won't be able to your like this just gives you a flat +1 defense here, but it's only if you don't allies. So like if I'm going for that, I might as well just play the Ronin suit to get the +1 defense for 1 cost instead of here. Yeah. So it sounds like Luke Cage and a lot of these Iron Fist cards, it's a protection build that you can play that you do want allies. It's not a no ally archetype. It's like you do have allies in there, but you can increase your defense, help you like cater your defense to be perfect. And then like you can always have Luke Cage like go away to get the minus defense there. You know what? Let me look up Stick. Does Stick help you for your basic defense? Because Stick might be the key card here, actually. There might be a reprint of Stick in Iron Fist because of how good he might be for Iron Fist. Or Stick. Okay. Stick is going to be really good. Sorry, guys. Okay. The card is this card that we talked about here. I'm like more up on the card now with Stick. I think that Stick is what this card needs, the reduction mastery. It's just a lot to build out because the 2 cost upgrade here, Stick is a 2 cost support. So I think it's a lot, and I don't think the value is going to be as good. Like I think you're getting diminishing value if I'm getting like trying to play all this stuff out. But I think Stick is like the main out with that. Whenever you use a basic power, you can choose. So when you exhaust to defend, you can get -1 or +1. So I feel like because Stick gives you the +1, -1, or 0, it gives you like a 3 attack, 3 defense buffer range to perfectly defend. Yeah, so I think that Stick is going to be like key for this card, and you really want this card with a defender or like with the martial arts, I mean, to be able to use Stick. So yeah, I think that not a lot of heroes will be doing it, I guess. I mean, you could play Stick and make yourself a martial arts, like make Nightcrawler martial artist, like honorary thing, but with a black belt card. But yeah, I think that there's ways to make it work consistently. I think there's ways to make it work. I think it takes a lot of build out. So it's probably not going to be like my favorite card, but it could be a lot of fun for very fun build. Remo Fubu says Shang-Chi and Moon Knight hero for hire coming. Is that the hint, guys? Oh, okay, let's see. So, okay, Luke Cage is here to help you out. Luke also gives Danny access to the opponent team card, Power Man Iron Fist. Okay, so we've seen this card before, deal 2 damage and give a tough. The card's pretty good. Zero cost event. Yeah, great source of chi. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have here, what is the little teaser, guys? Warrior of Kunlun. With potent ability to channel his chi and access to a wide array of mystical techniques, Iron Fist is a powerful hero and the perfect closer to the game's Defender's wave. Look forward to taking on Kingpin and his criminal empire as Iron Fist when the Iron Fist Hero Pack released alongside Elektra this November. That's a while back away. You can pre-order your own copy of Iron Fist. Okay. Written by Peter Shoemaker. Huge shots to Peter. Oh, wrong screen. Sorry. Thanks, Champion Mel. Yeah, sorry guys. Okay. So basically, we just looked up the team card, which is the last card, and at the very end of the article here, we have the Warrior Kunlun. Just a summary here. So shout out to Peter for the article. A lot of explaining here that we needed. So what are you guys talking about? You guys are saying that the hint is Shang-Chi. Here's a card that might give us a hint. Shang-Chi, Black Cat, and White Tiger are heroes for hire in the comics, so they will be coming as playable heroes soon. Where does it say Redirection Master? Is this? Moon Knight as part of the Midnight Suns way would be fun. Also, Bloodstone, Blade, Ghost Rider. The hint is Luke Cage trait matching bonus. Oh, okay. Let me see. Thank you, Wicked. Luke Cage, Defender and Hero for hire. If your hero shares a trait with Luke Cage, your hero gets +1 defense. So we might be getting hero for hires then. Okay. I see. Fubu says, yeah, Luke Cage says you share a trait with him. So, okay. I mean, that would be cool. I would love a Black Cat. Yeah, I think also we're seeing Shang-Chi in a lot of art, right? Like he's in the best offense too. He doesn't look as cool here, but he looks really cool in best offense. Yeah, let's do that card again. So we have Defiance from a while back, but Shang-Chi looking fire right here. This is one of the coolest arts for Shang-Chi. So yeah, maybe we'll be getting a Shang-Chi hero soon, I guess. Hopefully he looks like this on his card art and not like this one. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, I see. So you guys are saying that when we get some heroes for hire. Sorry guys, I'm not too well known on that, so I don't really know. I mean, I just really want a Black Cat. Shang-Chi aggression looks the best. Oh yeah, that one was really cool too, right? That's in the Electra article. Let's see, how do I even Electra? Shang-Chi 2027 meta. Let me look at the Electra article here. Yeah, that Shang-Chi ally. Yeah, he was looking cool here too. Yeah, I think we should be getting a Shang-Chi soon, right? Here for hire martial artists. What is Shang-Chi in other than here for hires, I guess? Because I feel like we're getting a lot of Shang-Chi this wave. But at the same time, he's a martial artist, so doesn't it just make sense we get that for the martial artist trait? It doesn't necessarily mean that the next wave is gonna be that, right? Luke finally caught to live. Hey Luke, welcome to chat. Wicked says, I do believe it might be a multi-trait wave, like how Shield Wave have. Yeah, maybe. It could just be future-proofing with Gilgamesh. Keep in mind that X-Men had 0 hints, so I want to be sure what's next. Yeah. I'll be honest, guys. I wouldn't mind a Hero for Hire wave. I really want Fantastic Four next because of Doomsday coming out. I just want to be able to play Galactus and Doom, play against them, when the movie's close, you know what I mean? Because we have, yeah, I just want with Secret Wars and stuff like that too. Yeah, I just want to be able to play those scenarios with the movies. So personally, I mean, I know Doomsday comes out this year, so I guess it's too late. But Secret Wars next year, so I still want some. I just want Doom. I feel like that'd be really cool. Yeah, I feel that'd be so cool. I don't know. I think that. Oh man, prediction is that I could see it going either way. I could see them what some of you guys are saying, taking a more of a slower type of pace because Agents of Shield is kind of a break in super hype heroes. It's kind of more a chill wave of just like good designs, right? Like Maria Hill, Nick Fury, Bucky. And then we had like, Shuri, Black Panther. We had Silk. So just kind of like some odd matches there, So I could see them doing that with like a Shang-Chi in a way. A Black Cat is like super hype. So like I could see them doing that. I could also see him just going straight into Fantastic Four. And I personally am wanting the Fantastic Four because of the movies that are coming out. And I want to just I want to watch the movies and then play the scenarios uh, play scenarios matching up with that. So that's what I personally want. Shane Mel says, I want Doctor Doom to be the hardest villain. Me too, dude. Man, hardest villain Doom? That would be a super hype, dude. Like, another thing too is that if the designers are gonna keep elevating the aspect card level, like how you guys have voted here, right? What's the vote now? 60% is protection. You guys saying it's strong in leadership. So I think I agree with that. So if protection is as strong as leadership or even strong in leadership, and we know leadership is already super duper powerful, we need harder villains. I think they did really good this wave. I think that Kingpin feels like a Kingpin. I think that he feels like his name. I think that he's definitely a top 5 villain in Marvel Champions. I think it's debatable whether he's Magneto level or not. I definitely need more plays against him to figure that out, But he's definitely not Ronin or Venom Goblin, but a very strong villain. So I think Doctor Doom, like, he has a good chance to be the most favorite villain in the game, and I think it'll be thematic too. I just really hope that they just make him they just crank him up, and it's like it's okay if he's cranked up, and players can't beat him because it's Doom. Like that makes sense, Thomas says Doom needs to be a Venom Goblin or Ronin level villain. We are due for a super hard encounter. Yeah, like that would be so cool, guys. Okay, let's end the poll here. Let's end the poll. Let's do another one because I think that the last time we had a poll with this, I think you guys weren't as receptive. People still wanted it, but I think it was not as receptive because it was during Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where we were talking about having a very difficult villain. But I think with the current hero lineup and aspect cards that we've gotten, things have gotten so much more powerful. Do you want Doom to be more difficult than Ronin, Venom Goblin? So not a prediction or anything, just what do you guys want as players, as Marvel Champions players in the community? Do you want Dr. Doom to be so powerful where he's just insanely oppressive, like Ronin level? Remember, guys, people hate Ronin. He's so unfun, Surge, all this stuff. I love Ronin. I'm just saying what a lot of people think about Ronin. But do we want that from Dr. Doom? Wicked says, I would love if the thing has a playstyle of having bonuses and kickers while having a tough to promote a playstyle of defending to keep your tough on, to keep our bonuses on. That sounds complex. But yeah, I mean, the thing is going to be another complex hero of how they're going to balance toughs and make a hero fun with toughs. I don't know how they're going to do that. Yeah, but I mean, I have trust in designers because Luke Cage is so unique from Colossus, even though they both have that tough. So Champion Mail says, after switching some of the mods, I lost to him 3 times before winning. Having to defeat minions that's tougher than 3 hit points makes it difficult. Yeah. I think Tombstone is a pretty difficult module for Kingpin. I think that's a good recommended mod. Tracksuit Mafia is relatively easy. However, I will say when they teamwork you a lot, it can be difficult for Kingpin. Yeah. People only hate Ronin because of the Surge. Venom Goblin is a good example of how to make it hard. Yeah, but people hate Venom Goblin too, right? Let me see. Where are the votes here? Guys, 72% of people want Doom to be more difficult than Ronin Venom Goblin. I'm pretty sure not 72% of people actually like Ronin Venom Goblin. So yeah, I mean, get your votes in, guys. It's dropping down a little bit more though. But yeah, guys, also please like the stream if you're enjoying the content here. Casey Porter says Galactus. I hope. Oh yeah. I hope is just like Loki, the new and multiplayer, but way harder. Oh yeah. Yeah, a Galactus multiplayer, what's that called? That crazy multiplayer one, the epic multiplayer thing. That would be really cool. Yeah, because he's gonna be huge. We need a huge villain card for him. If me and my group manage to first time win Doom in less than 3 tries, I'm gonna be disappointed. Yeah, I definitely need to take an L with Doom my first. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost against. I can't think of a villain that my first playthrough I lost again I lost against. uh, in a while. Like, I know for sure Ronin, I lost on my first playthrough. For sure, for sure. Uh, yeah, my first playthrough against Venom Goblin, I actually won with Spider-Man. Same for Magneto. But Ronin was like the real one that really killed me. So I really want to like lose and just feel like, holy cow, what do I do? And have to like really deck tech. Like not use a universal deck, but use a deck that like really just counters that scenario. Shaven Mouse says Rhino. Oh no, yeah, I lost to Rhino on my first flip. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, yeah, Rhino. Rhino is more difficult than Magneto. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I definitely lost to Rhino too on my first play. Let's see. Good Boggs design as his nastiest villain. He loves crushing players. Yeah, I'm not sure. I see like Boggs is like kind of like a guest designer at times. So, but yeah, that would be so cool, guys. Oh man, yeah, Doctor Doom. I could be hopeful. I'm doubtful. I'll be honest. I'm doubtful though. I just feel like they don't make villains as hard as they once were because of modulars. I think that that's the thing too. And I think that it's like for players that want Kingpin to be very difficult, the designs can always say just add standard one. Because if you add standard one to Kingpin, I think he's more difficult than Ronin. I think he's like, but the problem though with that is that I don't think standard one with activation with like an advance in there makes Kingpin difficult in a fun way. I think it makes him difficult. I've never actually personally played him with that. I'm just assuming, and I'm pretty sure that's like how he's going to play. It just makes him difficult in an oppressive, like swingy way. Sorry, not oppressive, just swingy, right? Because he has a threat threshold of 7. If you flip down his schemes, and then he pulls in advance, you lose 100%. You know, so I just feel like it's just a swinging scenario if you yeah, it's just like if he pulls advance, you may just lose. Like even on his first stage, even on the second stage, if he doesn't pull advance, then you'll probably be fine and win. You know what I mean? It would just be as difficult. So I feel like for Kingpin, it's to make him more difficult. Standard one is probably like the toughest thing, but then like it just be super swingy. And then like for other things, you can definitely ramp him up a lot more. I just don't think he'll reach the Ronin level though. And then I think for I don't know. I think like I think whenever I start playing the game, I always play with recommended modules, and I still kind of do right now. I think recommended modules are it's just like a safe, like it feels it's kind of like a go-to. You know what I mean? It's like oh okay, I want to test out Daredevil against Ronin. Like what modules? Let's just try the recommended ones because that's kind of like my baseline for a scenario. So like Ronin's recommended modules, the Kree militants are very difficult and it makes Ronin a lot more difficult. But that's just kind of how I see Ronin, you know what I mean? So obviously you could take it out and make him more difficult or more easy. But I think a lot of players just like that standard, like I like playing those recommended modules. And especially a lot of newer players that don't mix modules a lot nowadays, or when they first start playing, like me too. I feel like that it's just a safety type of thing to just go with, what works, which is the recommended modules. So I like the game is modular, but at the same time, I do wish that there were I don't know how to say. I just wish that a base villain difficulty was that difficult. You know what I mean? Like a Ronin or Venom Goblin. I do think it's cool to have villains that have high base difficulty, and then you can take out their modules, their recommended modules, and put weak modules to make them weaker. You know what I mean? Like if it's too difficult, you can always make them weaker. So I think it's not bad to have Doom. I think that we're at the point in the game right now where if Doom was the strong villain in the game and super oppressive, super, unfair, I think it's okay because you can make him weaker with different modules. Lalo says, I think we're definitely getting F4. Is there anything that makes you think that for sure? Because I don't know. A lot of people are thinking that because of the cards here, because of like the Luke Cage having Hero for Hire, because of so many cards with Shang-Chi on the art, that maybe we are getting some Hero for Hires next. Chen Mo says standard doesn't just add advance, it adds like gang up and assault. Yeah, yeah. Gang up can be super tough for Kingpin too. Casey Porter says, give Kingpin the power stone because on stage 1, you can't damage him. That would be brutal. Like on stage, here's the thing. I could be wrong with my memory of Kingpin. I think every single time I played against Kingpin, and he's gotten Vanessa Fisk or James Wesley, I've never been able to take it off of him because he activates on you, I think, right, to, like, get rid of those. Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. I don't have enough breathing room to allow him to scheme on me again to get rid of them. So, like, I think there's a game, I don't know if it's my two-handed game with Spider-Man and Daredevil, but there's a game where Kingpin got them both, and he's just, like, +2, so he's, like, 5 scheme, and he just schemed for 5, like, the entire game, like 5 base, and I don't have the breathing room, even in 2 players to, like, get rid of that. So, yeah, it's crazy, crazy. Shaman says, "It's not just you, his schemes are way too high and no leeway." Yeah, like yeah, so it feels like James Wesley and Vanessa Fist is, like it's all they're not game ending, but they just make the game a lot more difficult when they come out. And then, someone mentioned, like, the power add the power stone to that, 6 scheme on Kingpin, brutal, 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 brutal. Like, yeah, that's gonna be tough. Uh, Thomas says, "Give Kingpin one of the Thunderbolts mods would be hard." Yeah, for sure, for sure. Kingpin the power stone sounds gross, I love it, yeah. Wicked says, "You should have a live chat about future proofing and speculation of the plans of the hero releases. Gilgamesh and Luke Cage, basic ally. Having abilities that refer to you having a trait that nobody oh, yeah, well, Gilgamesh with the eternal trait, right? Yeah, I mean, that'll be an interesting one. That's what we've been saying about Daredevil, his art yeah, Daredevil, I don't okay, to be fair, for Daredevil, okay, I don't think that I think that Daredevil's art he had a lot of art everywhere. I don't think that there is one way that I can point to that really just teased a bunch of Daredevil art. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that we had Daredevil in the core set. We had, like, Skilled Investigator from the Rise of the Red Skull. We had, I'm, like, blanking out. We had, like, Downtime, right? We just had, like, kind of, like, random stuff throughout. And then I feel like for this wave, though, I see what people are trying to say about this wave, like, hinting at Heroes for Hire, because we got, like how many Shang-Chi stuff do we get this wave? Like, we have Tonfa, that's 1. We have, the best offense is 2, and with the Shang-Chi allies, 3. So, like, we have, like, just this wave, 3, like, Shang-Chi, like, cards, you know what I mean? So, I feel like that's just a lot in one wave. But at the same time, I see your point. Like, I still want Fantastic Four, and I think that it's not a lock that we're getting Heroes for Hire because, it's not it's just we've gotten those Daredevil cards, you know? So, yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue what it's gonna be, but Mike says, "Heroes for Hire with Cloak and Dagger and Shang-Chi and White Tiger would be cool, though." Yeah, and we got, like, the Cloak and Dagger allies and heroes, so, yeah, I don't know. Chainmail says, "I was playing Magneto, and that was a godsend against that scenario." What was a godsend? Uh That was a godsend against the scenario. Talking about Power Stone? No way, right? Thomas says Shang-Chi is creeping up on my most wanted heroes list. Watch the movie and still no idea what his power is. Yeah. So I actually really enjoyed the Shang-Chi movie. Um, he has the 10 rings, but I know that in the comics it's not like that. I know that in the comics the 10 rings are like the Mandarin stuff, right? And it's like real rings, like not like rings that you put on your like forearms. But it looks like that because of the Electro article. It looks like that maybe in the comics he got the same 10 rings as he does. Like, are there new Shang-Chi stuff, like comics that where he uses 10 rings now? Because I know that Fantasy Flight Games like take stuff off of the comics. So let me look up Shang-Chi comics now use 10 rings. Is that a new thing? Because I'm pretty sure he didn't have that. Okay, okay. Yeah, so it says here. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Shang-Chi is just a normie with special equipment, 10 rings. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So let's see here. Got this is like a little Google thing, or but oh, I should check this Reddit post. But following the success of the live action movie, Marvel Comics introduced a second MCU inspired version of the 10 rings, worn as armbands by Shang-Chi, starting in 2022. Okay, so Shang-Chi in the comics now does have like 10 ring armbands, and they match the bracelet style in the movie. Okay, so he actually has his power now. When Shang-Chi or his mother Yingli uses them, the rings glow gold and project fire-like energy. When Wu uses them, they glow blue and project electric energy. Okay. They're introduced in Shang-Chi 12 when Shang-Chi inherited them to protect earthly forces of Ta Lo. Okay, okay, cool. So they literally just like use the movie as now like the comic book Shang-Chi. Okay, so okay, that I'm more hype on Shang-Chi then. Okay, because like I was under the impression that Shang-Chi in the comics didn't have the rings. So just like what Rob was saying, a normie, but like with no rings either. So like I'm just like I don't really want to play a hero that's like he's just a martial artist and has like no powers. Um, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like, boring. But if he has a 10 rings, like canonically in the comics, that means that Fantasy Flight Games, whenever they adapt him in the game, he's gonna have 10 rings. So I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I think that would be awesome now. So like they're gonna do a mechanic with the 10 rings. And we've seen the way the designers design, they're not scared to go crazy with this stuff. Like this ally comes into play with 10 ring counters. I think the hero is gonna have 10 counters, like 10 ring counters, right? I think that makes sense. He's gonna have 10 ring counters on the hero. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. A ring deck. I don't think there'll be a ring deck because there's gotta be 10. If there's not 10, I am not happy with that. There's gotta be 10 things. And I feel like each ring is the same. So a ring deck will make it kind of like different rings, right? And then each ring is the same. So like I feel like you can like remove rings to like hit for damage, like on demand or something like that, which would just be broken as heck. So they gotta find a way to tone it down. But yeah, 10 rings, super duper cool. They will be revealing a Professor X hero pack that comes with a razor and a wheelchair pack. That's fun. Rando says it would be really weird if Fantastic Four isn't the next wave, since they were one of Marvel's oldest teams. Yeah, the thing is, like, I can really see Fantasy Flight Games taking a step back and not doing like hype after hype after hype. You know what I mean? Like super popular stuff. Because after the mutant wave, they could have done Defenders right away, but it's like mutants are so hype and like Daredevil is so hype. So it's like two like heavy hitters like back to back. So they kind of like took a step back and they gave us Agents of Shield and Civil War before jumping into the Defenders wave. So we kind of had like that slower time of like, you know, the Civil War wave with like the like D-listers. No offense to Tiger and Hulkling and stuff, but they weren't the most popular heroes on Wonder Man 2 and Hercules, And then we also have like the Agent of Shield characters. I think Bucky is like pretty popular because of like the movies and stuff. But the other ones, I don't know, were like everyone knows Maria Hill and Nick Fury, but I don't think they're like people's like favorite like heroes you want to play in a superhero game. So I could see them like it's two routes. They're gonna go like, okay, we just had this probably the biggest wave in the history of Marvel Champions. You could like this comparable, and once again, you guys have to let me know down in the chat because I didn't play Marvel Champions at the time. But the first mutant wave with Cyclops and Wolverine and Jean Grey, I could only assume that was like one of the most like high times for Marvel Champions. So how did Fear and Evil compare to back then? I don't know because I started playing during Next Evolution, so I don't even know. But I would say for sure since that first mutant wave, this event wave is like the biggest peak for Marvel Champions. And with that peak there, are they gonna keep upping it with Fantastic Four and Doom? Or do you think they'll like take a break and go a little bit slower with like Heroes for Hire? I think like that's the juggle there. Personally, I still think that they should just keep going up with Doom because it coincides with the movies next year. Like if we get a Doom with Secret Wars, and obviously, Doomsday this year, but like with Secret Wars and Doom, I think that would be awesome. And I think that would be really hype for the game. So that's personally what I want. I think it would be good for the game. And I just really want to fight Doom. But I want to be mad at an approach with like Black Cat and Shang-Chi, just because it's, a more slower wave and stuff like that with some more, randos in there. But yeah, I think those are the two routes there. Let's do a poll. What do you guys think here for this? And then let me check up on this last poll. So you guys voted. Okay, guys, if Fantasy Flight Games is watching, guys, 65% of players want Doctor Doom to have a higher base difficulty than Ronin and Venom Goblin. Guys, I know when Ronin first came out, players hated him. Fantasy Flight Games got so much like complaints. People trashed on the snare on the box, guys, most wanted. I know everyone hated it. But I think we're in the part of the game now where heroes have gone like stronger. I think we've gotten way better aspect cards. I think that players have gotten better at piloting as well. It's just more modern. And I think that we're now in a part of the game where Ronin and Venom Goblin are doable. I think that players, we want a new difficult villain that's stronger than them. And Doctor Doom being the top dog in Marvel Champions, I think it's thematic. I think it makes sense. I think I would love Doctor Doom to just forever hold its spot as the most difficult villain in Marvel Champions over Ronin, who like canonically is not like the strongest, guy in the world. So it just feels kind of bad that Ronin is that strongest. So hopefully we get Doctor Doom, guys. Come on, Doctor Doom. Okay, let me start into a poll here because I want to know what you guys think for your predictions of next year. Okay, let's do what wave you guys want. What do you want for next wave? Okay, so we'll do, let's say, Midnight Suns, Heroes for Hire, or Fantastic Four. So this won't be your prediction, but just what do you want? And I'll also do a second poll after this and see what y'all's prediction is. Thomas says, Ronin aged like wine. Right? Am I tripping? He did age like wine. Mike says, has to be God Emperor Doom. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe we get 2 Doom scenarios. Like a regular Doom. Like, how there's 2 Apocalypse? Like, it can be a regular Doom, like for scenario number 3 or something like that. And then a God Emperor Doom for scenario number 5, which is like the most difficult, like hardest villain. So people want to still face Doom, but not like a crazy, like oppressive, unfair villain like Ronin. They can face that third scenario. And if people want like that crazy difficult challenge, it's still Doom, God Emperor Doom for the 5th scenario. I think that would be fire, right? Am I tripping? Kim Mel says, FLG, give me champions, I'll offer you my life. Yeah, Sam. Sticking Must says, time travel expansion next. New Steve Roger, Peggy Carter, Howard Stark. Man, I wouldn't mind it, but that's like, I feel like that's not that hype, right? I feel like it's no Doom. I'll say that. Spee says, I would totally be down for double Doom. Yeah. If anyone deserves doubleness, it's Doom. Like, I don't know how you guys felt about this. I wasn't the biggest fan of Apocalypse getting 2, like the Insaba Nur and regular Apocalypse, especially because Apocalypse 3, sorry, Apocalypse as scenario number 3, that APOC 1, I felt like he's more difficult than Insaba Nur, and thematically he's more buffed up because he has everything that Insaba Nur doesn't, right? Because Insaba Nur is before like all the stuff, right? Like all the like buffs that he gets. So I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. That didn't make as much sense to me. And I think some other people, in comments and stuff had told me that as well. And then I just feel like Doom is the one, like he deserves double scenarios and he can have a different version of Emperor God Doom. Like I feel like or God Emperor, like I feel like that's so good. I feel like that's so good. Don't get me wrong, though. I would love a Heroes for Hire wave. Yeah, same. I would like it too. I just really wanted to hit with the movies right now with Fantastic Four. So it looks like the votes are pretty tied up, but more people are voting for Midnight Suns. We have 58% of the votes here for Midnight Suns or Heroes for Hire. Yeah, I can say it for sure. I can say it for sure. Yeah. So it seems like you guys want that more too. I want champions. Oh, champions. Okay. Moon Girl with the dinosaur. Oh yeah, Moon Girl would be cool. More galactic stuff. Hear me out. Ronin hero. What? Has Ronin ever been a good guy? I feel like Ronin's always been a jerk. Evil Reed Richards, the maker. Oh, Evil Reed Richards would be cool. Rat King's crew, welcome to chat. If they do Fantastic Four, they need to release 4 of them at once so you can do a thematic campaign. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people tease about or mention about wanting a premium box. I think that would be cool. They could also do like the X-Men thing where they don't drop any of the Fantastic Four in the box and do a wave where they all 4 release at once, right? Like how the X-Men had like Cyclops, I believe so because I wasn't playing back then, but with Cyclops, Jean Grey, Wolverine, they all dropped at once, right? Maybe they didn't. I don't remember. I don't remember. Well, I mean, I wasn't there, so I guess I can't remember. I'm okay with him saying ground level for heroes for hire and pulling back going F4 next. Yeah, I would say for me personally, I would have preferred that they do that to go ground level and then pull back up to Fantastic Four if it wasn't Secret Wars coming out next year. I feel like that's just such a great opportunity time to like coincide that with Secret Wars. You know what I mean? I feel that brings so many more people into the game. I think it'll get and then like if more people get into game, we may get reprints for new players and stuff like that. You know what I mean? If like the game's like popping off. So that's just my only thing is that I just wanted to hit with the movies, you know? She says, crazy idea. FF4 box has Doom as a second stage in every encounter. What does that mean? Doom as what? I mean, I don't know about I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think that this just brings like less uniqueness, I guess. But that'll be pretty crazy. Yeah. There could be a really unique team of card for F4 where it needs all four of them. Oh yeah, like a F4 team up. That would be fun for multiplayer. Yeah, for sure. X-Men did drop at once. Oh, they did drop once. Hey, Brain, welcome to the chat, dude. Dude, thank you so much again for the Jessica Jones and Luke Cage packs and everything, dude. Guys, huge shouts to Brant, who's dropping in here in the live stream. Okay, so X-Men dropped that once. Yeah, I still want to get a pool with you guys for if you think the Mario Champs is more hype right now than it was for X-Men, but only people that were playing Mario Champs during that time, please only people that played at that time vote. Because I'm not gonna vote obviously because I didn't play at that time, so I don't know. But X-Men Wave had two in the box and two individual all released at once. Gotcha. Cyclops, Phoenix, Wolverine, and Storm drop immediately after box. Yeah. So that could be a way to do that. I don't know what would be better. I mean, obviously for sales, I guess they'll have to do the 4 packs at once. But like, I feel like in terms of like getting the box accessible for players, I think as a player, I would prefer to have the 4 heroes in the box as a premium box with 4 heroes. But I could see them doing the 4 packs there because if we have Doom in the box, I think it's already going to be a pretty high box. Agree, the missing card can't adjust any basic stat. Hey, Sandman, I think you're pretty far behind the stream, but that's okay. Yeah, I think the missing Iron Fist card technique is going to like go up in 1 for defense. W Brand for his card. Yeah, huge W for Brand. Thomas says, what's the absolute worst box they could drop? Worst box? I don't know, dude. Worst box? I would say something that we've already gone. Ah, man. So, like, I was thinking, like, what if we get, like, another mutant wave? That's not gonna be a worse, but that's gonna be hype. I think it's gonna be cool to get, like, Professor X, like, yeah, I think yeah, I think there's a lot of X-Men that people want, like Beast and stuff, so I think that's not gonna be a bad box, even though, like, the timing is weird and the timing will still coincide with Doctor Doom. I don't think they're gonna drop the X-Men box next, though, but just trying to think of something that's the worst box. I guess, okay, if they do another Civil War type of box, and like I think a Civil War box is good. I'm not a big hater of the Civil War box, but in terms of like if they do another wave with D-lister Avenger heroes, I think that would probably be the worst box right now. Like a bunch of Avengers that aren't in any of the movies and that no one really knows about, like Tigra and Hulkling and stuff. I think that might be the worst box. So hopefully, at the same time, if they do Wiccan, Wiccan would be cool. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I honestly, there's not much that they can do that's like bad, right? Oh, Sigma says Inhumans. I agree with Inhumans being the worst box. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, Inhumans being the worst box. Yeah, I guess Inhumans. I mean, I did like the Humans from the Agents of Shield show, like the TV show, but I guess they're not that hype. Yeah, yeah. Brain says I was just at my store and there is only core sets and apocalypse boxes. Apocalypse boxes. Oh, so the Asia Apocalypse. Everything else is sold out. Wow, Mark James is hype right now. We had 19 players. Nice, dude. 19 players last week at your store. That's awesome, dude. I was at my store and there's only core sets and Apocalypse boxes. Yeah, because Asian Apocalypse got reprint. I'm shocked there's Apocalypse boxes. I would assume that people buy that over Agents of Shield boxes. You know what I mean? Because that has standard 3, which a lot of people I don't love, but a lot of people love it. So like in it, I mean, you got Bishop and Magic. I feel like people love those heroes like more than people love Nick and Maria. So I'm surprised that there's Age of Apocalypse boxes left. But yeah, core set there's always gonna be core set boxes, but everything else sold out. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Okay, so the vote here just tied up a little bit more. Fantastic Four overtook Midnight Suns and Heroes for Hire a little bit. So we have for the community vote here, 54% of people voted that they wanted Fantastic Four. So basically 50-50, but a slight lean towards Fantastic Four and Doom over Midnight Suns is what you guys want. Okay, sorry guys. There's so many polls I want to do here, but I want to do one here for those of you that played Champions since like I don't know what 2020. Okay, let's say since first mutant wave. What is more hype for community perception? For the community. So like not necessarily what you think is more hype, but like in terms of like what you guys have seen from people like playing Martians, like Brain's saying that it's like most hype right now. I think Brain said that like there's even more sales at his store for like in the podcast that we did for he was saying that there's more sales for Wonder Man Hercules than that mutant wave with like Cyclops. But let me see. Fear no evil. Let's do mutant Genesis wave. Fear no evil wave. Sinister Motives wave. I don't know if it was that hype during that time, to be honest. And then let's say other. I would assume that Mutant Genesis was more hype than Sinister Motives. I would assume. But yeah, let's see what you guys are voting. Because I do feel like the game is at an all-time high right now. Let me see. It would be crazy if the Doom hero and Doom villain dropped in the same box because he's so arrogant to a different version of him. That would be fun. I'll be sorry guys. My throat's getting dry again. That's actually a really good idea. Like I think that for them to not put the 4 Fantastic Four heroes in the box at once, I think there's gonna be a lot of like flat back. I think the community is gonna hate that. Even if they do just 2, if they do like Richards and Susan Storm, I think even if they do 2 of them, the community is still gonna be upset that Human Torch and the thing is not in the box. And I think that if you don't do any of the 4, I think the community is gonna be upset because you don't have any of the 4 in there, right? It's gonna feel like a cash grab. But what Jay Mill said is that if they do a Doom hero as one of the 2 heroes, I think that like Doom and Silver Surfer, let's say Doom and Silver Surfer as the 2 heroes in the box with a Doom villain in a sandbox. I think that might be like one of the only ways to have the community be like happy and okay with having the 4 Fantastic Four are like separate hero packs. You know what I mean? And I think that will make it even more hype, to be honest. Like, yeah, Silver Surfer and Doom, and then you have Galactus in the box. Maybe I don't know, or he might just need to be a scenario pack on his own, and the 4 heroes dropping all at once, and then people will get the 4 Fantastic Four. I feel like that would be really cool, actually. Shpee says, I just found out there's a small group playing Chance at my tiny local game store that's always been Magic or Warhammer focused. Nice. Yeah, I used to play at a local game store a lot with friends, and the game store people play with us, or the game store owner play with us one time, but he couldn't finish because he was like busy working. But he's obsessed with Warhammer, and they have like Warhammer days with like other people. But I don't. There's no game store in my area that has like a Marvel Champions week to week thing. A lot of Warhammer though, I know because when I call for like hero packs and expansions, they always have like Warhammer stuff and don't have Marvel Champions. But yeah, give me a Great Lakes Avengers wave. I don't even know what that is. Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew, pretty obscure. Yeah, I don't would be cool to see Franklin and Valerian in F4 box. Oh, in the box? I feel like we wanna get Franklin in there, right? I don't know. Magic is fire, yeah, yeah. Someone showed me Magic, the best offense, and with the right she has, that was a feast. Oh, yeah, with the stepping disc? I never even thought of that. Her defense stats kinda low with 2 though, right? So, I mean, not low, just like her stat line's a little bit low with the 1-2-2, but best offense will go pretty hard for her, yeah. The only F4 I worry about is the thing. Can't say how you make him interesting mechanically. Okay, I'll say this. I have complete faith in designers because let's think about. Can we just think about freaking Luke Cage? Who I feel like if you just look at the two characters, who looks more fun thematically? You know what I mean? I feel like the thing looks more fun than Luke, right? Because like the thing you can even do things with like the obligation where like he becomes a human again. I don't know, you know? And then like he can have stuff with like his skin, like, it's just like stuff that's like not working well, you know what I mean? But Luke is so fun and separate from Colossus and how they made him. And I think he feels the mag to Luke taking damage despite having toughs. Because like Luke does have like inner damage, you know what I mean? At least in a Netflix show, is a big thing with the character. So like I feel like that they nailed the character of Luke in terms of like making him super fun and making him thematic. So I'm very confident that the thing is also going to have a good mechanic. It might not be with Tufts. Maybe he'll like not revolve around Tufts. But if he does revolve around Tufts, I think they're gonna make him really fun. So I have very good confidence in FFG for making the design of the heroes like fun and unique. Brain says you gotta go to your local game store and start up the group. Tell me you run the group and do the work. We start with 3 of us. Yeah, I mean we done that. We used to go for. I think we went to one store for like over a year, and like it would be us showing like we asked them to, and then they posted things too, like on their thing of like we're gonna have like Mario Champions like at like this time, but no one ever showed up to play other than like our group, I guess. Yeah, like so every single I'll say this every single time people came in the store, they would like walk around like watch us play. So like they like I think people were super interested, and then we were like invite them to like join in, you know what I mean? But no one ever actually played. Like they just liked watching, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know. There's definitely more that we can do though. Brain says I struggle a lot with Luke, but it was fun the other night for our 4-player Kingpin game to play Cruising for Oh yeah, I saw part of that. For a Cruising Bruising to set up overkill. Damn sure, nice dude, nice. Yeah, Luke. I think that for definitely of the 4 heroes I played, Luke, I think, is the most I think he's the most weak of the 4 defenders so far. Um, yeah, I feel like he's the most weak. I think he's definitely hard to, like, get a good groove on him. Okay, let me check here on this poll. For those of you that have played Champion since the first Mutant Wave, what is more hype for the community? With 41% people voting for Fear No Evil, above Mutant Genesis and Sinister Motives, which have 29% votes each. Okay, so you guys are saying, okay, so for people that have been in the community for this long, Fear and Evil might be the most hype. So that's cool. You guys know I'm down for that. I think that Fear and Evil is more, and it's going up right now with the votes. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think it makes sense because it also could just be like I feel like we're in kind of a low before Fear and Evil for Marvel Champions in terms of like people leaving, Agents of Shield, Civil War, like it just wasn't as high for a lot of people. So I think that it coming up now makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I think that people were just really waiting, anticipating for Daredevil. So him coming in this wave, I think made a lot of sense and it brought a lot of hype to the game. So I think that also even added more hype to it, like bringing a lot of people back to. Because some people comment like on my videos and tell me that they're coming back to Marvel Champions for this renewable wave. So yeah, a super duper hype. All right, guys, that is gonna be. We end up chatting way more than just the Luke. Sorry, the Iron Fist article here. But yeah, hope you guys are hyped up for Iron Fist and this Fury of a Wave. I know we're all already looking on to like the next thing of what's going to be released next year. It seems pretty split. I think you guys would be happy um with Fantastic Four or the Heroes for Hire. with like a slight tilt towards Fantastic Four. I think I'm that way as well. I think I wouldn't mind Heroes for Hire. I just really want Fantastic Four and I really wanted to hit with the movies too. I think that would be just so hype for the game. And like it will build a lot of momentum because it's such a hype wave right here to build even more momentum for the game going to next year with Secret Wars, Doom, Fantastic Four. It'll be awesome, guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everyone for joining in the live stream and chatting, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. This was tons of fun. I kind of just lost track of time and just kept blabbing on here with y'all. But yeah, thank you guys, everyone, for joining in. Had a blast. And yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys soon. We're gonna be hopefully doing some more streams. I'm still super busy with the move here, but you guys can see my setup, right? That's pretty cool. We got like the Spider-Man stuff in. But yeah, hopefully I can get things settled here with the house soon, and then get back to streaming some more. But yeah, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Lalo. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys all next. I'm not sure about next week for another stream, but for sure more videos. I'm gonna have a video coming out tomorrow too, where I want to talk about some of the stuff on the stream. Yeah. Thanks, B. All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks. Thanks, sticking mud too. Bye.